Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
So, should we link it on the social media before we start?
Yeah,
I wonder if it's going to appear on my channel as well. We're so new at this.
I know. I wonder. I look like such an old lady. Like I should have a bun in my hair.
I don't think it's showing on my channel, but I guess never mind. I'm not sure. Because we did make it work last time, didn't we?
Uh, let's see. In the bottom, I have links.
Unless I need to also create a thing, or otherwise, never mind. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's okay. Let's see. What if I can move this over here?
Oh, hey, Kel. I'm
Oh
extra
my gosh!
second. I'm here first. Yell. Yay.
How'd you see that? What? Where are you looking?
I clicked on the live thing and I can see the chat.
Oh.
But
Nope.
deactivate the sound though, otherwise you're going to hear the feedback.
Oh, on your phone you saw it.
No, on my computer. I just literally go on your channel and click on the live video.
Oh, go on my channel.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I feel like such a grandma.
Elizabeth is like, what's live?
Yeah, this is our first time, you guys.
Yeah, we're kind of confused.
Yeah. Okay, so on your computer, mute.
Elizabeth is like,
Okay, so there's like a 2-minute delay.
yeah, it's a bit of a delay.
Oh, there's Kel. Hi, Kel. Good
You
morning.
should read the messages. Just the narrator.
Genius.
I narrate the messages. Is that what he said?
Yes.
I can do that.
Oh yeah, do you want Cassidy to narrate what everyone's saying?
That would be awkward.
Maybe you should act it out as well, doing like weird voices, like hello.
Yeah, you could do everyone's voices.
Interpretive dance.
An interpretive dance, yes.
In the background.
Oh, yeah, he and Tut can be in the background, like doing something really awkward.
Right, so I'm gonna post on my page so people know to join.
Yeah. Ooh, 3 people? That's so exciting.
Damn.
I wonder if everyone's in Japan or in England, because maybe my mom's watching.
Maybe it's only our family watching, no one else cares.
Yeah. Well, she was like, I have a patient at 7 o'clock, but I'll try and tune in. So it's cute.
So let me find a way. How is life, you guys? Give me the details. I will be the same. I'm way too nervous to do live. I'll F it up so hard. Well, I guess you just need to get started, then you just become good at it, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like you'd be fine, Kel. You'd be natural.
You'd be a fine bitch.
Damn straight.
Damn straight. So yeah, life is good. I mean, obviously Elizabeth is probably struggling more than I am, considering it's 5 a.m.
Yeah.
for you.
Well, and I was, a little bit unsure about what was going on. Oh, so we should probably, Natalie is not able to join us this afternoon. I should look at the camera. Natalie's not able to join us this morning or this evening or right now. She did send me a message, and we're going to postpone. Her and I are actually going to chat later on today or tomorrow for everybody else. And so I'll post something about it. So, yeah. So, yeah, so I stayed up a little bit late last night because I was like, I don't know if we're still going or not. So 3 hours.
No, we should.
Yes, Kevin was like, we must soldier on. The show must go on.
And the show is going on.
And the show is here.
So I don't actually know how many people are on. Can't tell.
4, it says 4 viewers. Hi, everybody.
Wow. Hello.
Wow.
Unless it's like just us because we opened the pages, maybe it's counting us as viewers.
Oh my gosh. Do you think that's true? That's probably true.
It's so sad.
Oh. Too bad my dad doesn't do YouTube. I can be like, Dad, watch us.
Make the view count explode.
Yeah, exactly. 2 parents per
I
person.
couldn't even ask that to my parents because they don't speak a word of English.
Just tell them to turn it on.
Just come, it's fine. I'll say a few French words every now and then.
Perfect. So I don't know. Do you want to dive into our little like question? So wait, throw me in the lava if you already announced this in the video, but I missed it. What was your 5 days to
Oh
decide?
yeah, true.
Oh,
Yeah, tell us.
So
Drum rolls. I suck at drum rolls.
So basically, because in October they're gonna check in with me again to reassess. And I was gonna put this in a video, but I'll just say it now so anybody who's watching this can see it. We are going to visit Japan in September, so I will let you know, Cal, so we can hang out to make like a final decision and be like, what's it gonna be? Is it really this place that we're supposed to move and all that stuff? But so I told him yes for now, and then we'll reassess in September, October.
I'm jealous for September though.
I know, you should go.
I know. If I wasn't working, I would definitely would. It's much cheaper and it's a nice time to go, I think, September, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Oh.
Why are you working?
I know, why am I working?
Oh, I can't. You guys, please don't judge my hair. I like literally just woke up.
Yeah, don't judge mine either.
I'm assuming you'll visit Tokyo. Yes, we'll go to Tokyo. And I was looking at Airbnb in Chiba, and that's like not a great story, but we're also going to stay in Yokohama, I think, or the Chigasake area. And so I'll be good.
Are you going to go to Kansai at all, by any chance?
Which one's Kansai? Is that the Osaka,
Sorry?
Kyoto?
Yeah, Kansai, yeah, Osaka, Kyoto, and etc., etc.
No, not this time, because we're going to make it a shorter trip.
Ah, fair enough.
Hi, Blink Info. Hey. Wait, is that Jeremy?
It's Jeremy. Yeah, it's my friend Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hello. And Cal's excited to be able to see you. I would be excited too, to be honest.
Oh, shush, you guys. Yay. No, I can't wait. My chair's really squeaky, so if you hear it, that's not anything except for my chair. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we're both like,
I'm enjoying my green tea. Like, it's actually green tea from Japan that I bought like back in July. But I don't know. I'm not much of a tea drinker, so I just actually started drinking tea now.
What? How can you not be much of a tea drinker? You live in England.
I know. I felt like being in England, you know. Even like funny stories, like a colleague last weekend, she was asking me like, "Oh, Kevin, can you make me a cup of coffee?" I was like, how does this work? Do you put the milk first, the milk after? What goes first? Blah, 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 blah.
Oh my God.
Like, give me that, Kevin.
What do French people normally drink?
What do you mean?
Like in the mornings and stuff?
I think they just drink tea or coffee, kind of. I guess most people do, you know?
Well, what happened to you?
Me? What do you mean? What?
The screen chatting is quite nice. I like that. Oh, is it moving back and forth? And then Kevin wants...
Changing. Right, changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, Elizabeth managed to do that. Kevin, what's your zodiac sign? Leo. Why? I just started laughing. How do you not like t-shirt? I know. Not go with stereotypes, Elizabeth, are we?
I know. Well, you know.
But like, I think I should be drinking more tea, to be fair, but I don't know. I just didn't get around to it. Very well. I mean, I am drinking tea now, so, you know, making up for that.
Bravo. I'm also having tea, and I'm having chai tea here with my sad tea bag and an ice cream thing. It's so good.
It's like your DIY or hack tips for tea, like, you know, use a cup to put your tea bag.
It said, use your leftover ice cream thing.
And save paper, guys.
Exactly. Recycle, reuse. All about that. That's why. So if you guys see me drinking this, it is not wine. It is water.
Definitely wine.
Shut up! No, it's not. I don't. Except for Cal said he's drinking a strong, so.
So actually, you guys didn't know, but actually, we're going to be drunk by the end of the live stream.
Yeah. That's so weird.
This is vodka.
So yeah, Cal said too. He's like, I'm gonna be drunk by 10, or in 10 minutes. Oh my gosh.
Well, for Kel, it's okay because it's like 9 p.m. in Japan, isn't it?
Mhm.
So it's acceptable, I think. It's after dinner, so it's okay. But you'd be weird with.
What are the rules in Europe? Is it more like after dinner, or do you have the 5 o'clock rule?
Well, I guess you can drink whenever you want, but I think it's a bit. I mean, I see it as a bit weird if you drink before dinner or like. Actually, no. Actually, before 5 p.m. I guess. Yeah, before you would see a bit seen as a bit odd. Like I guess.
Okay.
I wouldn't normally drink before that anyway.
So it's like day drunk is kind of unclassy.
Yeah, it's a bit odd, I guess. I don't know, it just feels like too early to drink. I don't know. Is it the same in America?
I think it is, yeah. I mean, they have this thing like on Sundays where it's like brunch and mimosas is kind of like the bougie thing to do, but yeah. Or if you have a barbecue or a cookout or something, people have beer and stuff then.
Right. Maybe I could see like the live show, like there's like 2-minute delay. It's crazy.
I know.
Like you just about showed your tea bag. That was like 10
really? Oh my gosh, I'm not even
so
looking.
funny. So Kel, yeah, and tomorrow is the YouTuber Hanami in Tokyo. Oh, and it's
Are you going?
Hanami is like the cherry blossom, isn't it? Which
Cherry
is
blossom, yeah.
Yes, saturated with pollen. Oh yeah, I've heard of people like getting quite ill and getting allergic attacks during that period in Japan. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh well. Watching the stream from restaurant. Woo woo.
What are you eating?
Consumers everywhere.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys for tuning in.
So I don't know if you should get started. Should we wait for more people or?
Well, it says we have 7 viewers, but 2 of them might be ourselves. So. Oh, and Cassidy's one of them.
And Cassidy.
Yep. He's in the bedroom now, trying to go to sleep, watching us. We'll lull him to sleep.
Oh dear. Well, it's up to you. We can start if you want. I don't know.
It's up to you.
Well, let's start then.
Okay. Oh. Wait, Kel, would you not miss this for the world or the Hanami for the world?
Yeah, because we got a 2-minute delay, so bear that in mind.
Yeah, choose wisely on that answer.
I'll assume it's us.
It has to be, right?
Come on, I mean, you know,
Seriously.
Hanami and us. You know, what's better?
It's like, Okay. So yeah, the live stream. Of course, that's right. Duh. Thanks, Kel.
Oh, we've got a question from Jeremy. You might want to answer that.
Oh, my name's Elizabeth, and so I came up with my name. I guess it's like 2 years now. I don't know. I don't know.
It's not as mystical as you might think.
Yeah. I also didn't want to have too much of my personal self on YouTube because people are weird. So
yeah. It's a good point. Like some people put their family name, but I wouldn't really feel comfortable doing that personally because weirdos, I guess.
Yeah, and I think it depends on where you are, and it depends on. I really think like for girls, it's maybe a little bit worse because sometimes guys are just like real creepy, and like girls don't usually send dick pics, whereas guys do. So,
well,
okay. Oh my gosh, can you see
what's happening to your cat?
He's going to have relations with his teddy bear now.
Oh, fun.
Oh yes.
That could be a live stream go wrong.
Oh my gosh. Shut up.
Well, I was going to take it away. That's very polite of him or her.
He's just going to go in the... Oh, no, he's coming this way. Tut, nobody cares. Sorry, let me keep pointing out.
Oh dear. That's live, guys.
Oh.
Shout out to Toot. So yeah. What's that, Kaiser?
Oh, hey, Kid Kaiser. Take 2. Shout out to Tut.
I didn't say hope. I didn't get it.
Oh yes, because the last time, so remember when we were just practicing, that went live a couple of times.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oops.
I know. I had a gal, she's like, hey, we can hear you. And I was like, what is she talking about? And then I was like, oh my God, we're live.
Hashtag amateurs.
Oh, for real. Jeez Louise. Oh.
Well, at least you weren't doing anything inappropriate. I mean, you were dancing at some point.
And I think that's the part that was live, because I was like, I can do whatever I want. Awkward.
Well.
Oh, cringe.
You danced.
I did. Oh my God. It's a good thing it was like 30 seconds or less. And
I even told you, like, Elizabeth, I'm pretty sure we're live. Why are you dancing?
Oh my gosh.
Actually, speaking of, we're saying like guys tend to be more inappropriate towards girls than girls towards men, and it kind of reminds me of the awkward, like very creepy message I got on my live stream, but also the one you got in your comments, about like making love with a Japanese boyfriend or whatever.
Oh, 3 times a day, but
really,
that would make me really good at Japanese.
Also, I love like, oh, but you seem to have settled with one already. What a shame. Like, what? What do you mean, what a shame?
I don't know. Well, because he's not Japanese, so maybe.
Yeah. But also, that person knows you, obviously, because you have to kind of know your channel to know you're dating someone, right?
True. Oh, true.
Oh.
Oops, I got a TX. Let me see what happened. Yeah, that kind of moves us. That was a really good segue into the stuff that we were talking about.
Also.
I like that. I like that.
But do you feel like you get a lot of creepy comments in general? Like, what's your experience?
No, I've only gotten, I think it's the same guy, actually. I've gotten another comment from him on a different video, and it was something similar to where it was just like, not super graphic, but just like borderline, like, dude, what are you saying?
Like, what?
Yeah. Kid Kaiser asks, how big of a pain in the butt is editing your videos?
You stop.
Okay. For me, it's a huge pain in the butt because if it's something where I'm talking to the camera like this, I will cut out every single like, or dead airspace.
Oh my God. That's the worst thing to do, isn't it? Yes.
And I do it all the time because I don't write anything. Ooh, why does my lighting keep changing? There. Yeah, the roof to get the lighting correct. Like that, but I'll pause to think a lot while I'm talking because I don't script it out. I write notes, but I don't script anything. And so the ums come quite frequently. Or like comes a lot. And then I'll add in all the titling, all my little comments on the side, all of the transitions and stuff. And like this last video that I've been working on for the last, how long has it been since you last asked me when I was getting a video out? Oh my God. It's been a week, I think, just on one video. That's maybe 10 minutes long.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I do agree with you. Like, I'm trying now. I mean, next time I record videos, I will try to not say like and stuff so much because it's so annoying to edit out because you have to kind of make the words match with the other one. But then sometimes it's hard to get the exact precise sound, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So it's just sometimes, oh, it's annoying. I think I spent like an hour just doing that, like moving the lights.
Sometimes it depends too, because sometimes I'll like, I guess Casey Neistat it where I just give 0 Fs about it and I'll just cut where I want to cut. And if it doesn't make sense, people kind of get what's going on. It's a little more guerrilla style than professional. Yeah. But
yeah, I think editing is it's a pain in the butt, I think. Yeah, it just takes a lot of time. And like, and what's interesting is like when you watch other YouTubers, well, before I did YouTube anyway, was that I could see the videos being like 10 minutes long. I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. And then you think it just takes an hour or like a few cuts, but actually it takes like maybe 2 or 3, 4, 5 hours maybe, because The worst is when you're exporting the video and then something goes wrong and you start all over again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Or
It's terrible.
yeah, if you accidentally delete something that was in your library, like because I use Final Cut, so yeah, if you delete the actual source thinking that it was something else, like it was a copy or something like that, and then it doesn't show up and you're like, why am I such an idiot?
Yeah, I just need to make sure as well, like I copy everything on one file and then it's all available because yeah, I had the same things.
Gosh, good question.
Yeah, I like the question. Yeah, we
Mhm.
don't talk a lot about editing, but editing is a pain in the neck.
Oh my God, it is. Back to creepy people. What happened with yours? Because I remember reading a comment on yours on the live stream, and I was just like, what?
Yeah. Well, I don't remember. I can't remember the comment really. I think I just read it and I was like, all right, and then moved on. But I don't really get any creepy comments. I mean, so far, I mean, I guess I don't have many subscribers for now. Like, I mean, I'm hoping people just sign up for my subscribe to my channel because they like the content and they don't like. I don't know. I feel like my channel doesn't attract as many weirdos. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I do get like some hate comments, I guess. But well, a few. But it's not really like creepy. It's just people being angry, I guess.
What would they be angry about? I don't really understand.
Well, it's one of my videos that I did about weird things in England. And like in that video, I think Kelly even watched it. I think you watched it as well anyway. But it's like where I talk about like some things I find a bit weird. But when I say weird, it's not like, oh my God, it's so weird, it's so unusual. It's more like weird from my point of view.
Yeah, just your thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people like missed out on that. And like the things I was talking about was very like trivial things like the plug and stuff. It was meant to be kind of humorous and funny and light-hearted, I guess. But some people were like, "Oh well, Kevin, not really French for a name," or like people saying like, "Well, the reason why we don't have plugs in bathroom is because it's safety." I'm like, "Oh my God, guys, I know."
Yeah.
You know, like it's just kind of weird. I think they don't understand that you can talk about another culture like without hating that culture, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a bit, I don't know. I mean, you know, any kind of videos like this, there'll be people that are going to be hating on you, but it's just a shame. I don't know. But you have to accept it, I guess, when you're on YouTube.
I agree. Yeah. I do. I like Blink Jeremy. Yes, Natalie is actually, we're gonna do one later on. For me, it's later on today, and then for her, it'll be tomorrow morning because she had something come up last minute, and so she wasn't able to join us this morning or this evening or this afternoon.
Whichever time zone you're on.
Which country you're in. So I think in 11 hours we will do another one.
Take 3.
Yes, I'm gonna be taking a nap in the middle of that,
but speaking of hate comments, did you get any hate at all in general? I mean, aside from the creepy comments.
No. I got one where some guy was like, "Your nail polish looks like diarrhea," and I was like,
"What?"
Yeah, and I had gray nail polish on, so I was like, "Why is your poop? Why is it gray? That's probably not really helping. You should probably go to the doctor." But I think that's the worst hate. Sometimes I get criticism about things that I say, which I think is fair because, you know, I'm coming from one thing and maybe I don't know something about something else. And then, yeah, and I'm always appreciative to people who have more knowledge on something, clarifying or correcting me. It's not that big of a deal. It just, you know, there's always tact. Like if you come across as being a jerk, then you're coming across being a jerk versus if you're like, hey, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely had that at some point. Like I made a mistake. I was talking about Spain, saying that most people in Spain are like monolingual or they speak one language, but actually I was wrong. And I knew that wasn't the case, but someone just corrected me like a bit like harshly, but that was fair. They were just saying like, well, you know, in Spain, people speak usually another Spanish language or dialect or variety of Spanish, if you will.
Oh,
but like, she was just like, there's like Galician, Catalan, etc., etc. Anyway, I was like, yeah, of course I made a mistake. I shouldn't have said that. But yeah, I think if it's a fair criticism, I don't mind because as you said, like, you know, you don't know everything. I think it's good to learn as well. You know, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's important to not feel like you know everything, otherwise you get a bit pretentious, I think.
True. And that's why I always, like, when I first made my videos, I was like, and don't trust what I say. Like, make sure you do your own research, because I'm just a person on YouTube. Like, I could tell you that potatoes heal cancer, like, if you rub them on your face.
Yeah.
That I don't think that's true, but you should do your own research.
Just sort of message like, don't reproduce this at home or something.
Yeah, exactly. And oftentimes that's something you have to do, is put a disclaimer on there, because people will get really mad at you, even if something you said is possibly true or just your opinion, which is true to yourself. It can get kind of aggravated. Kid Kaiser says, is it difficult to come up with fresh ideas for videos, considering the J-vlogging community has already covered so much?
J-vlog question for you, I guess.
Oh, well, for you too, but like the beauty of doing YouTube and doing things like this is that everybody steals, and it's okay. So like you'll see topics like top 10 things to pack in your suitcase when going to Japan or something like that. Almost everybody has done that. And the cool thing is that they're not, hopefully, not all going to be exactly the same, because everyone has their own opinions on how they do something like that. Or they'll watch someone else's video and be like, oh, well, they missed this, this, and this, and I can improve upon this. If someone is copying the video exactly, that's messed up. Ugh, cat. But if oh my gosh, I'm sorry, you guys, this is gonna happen all day. So but if you go with that idea, like I had said in one of my videos, because I did like romantic spots in Japan, and then abroad in Japan, then released a video like a couple weeks later or something about romantic spots in Japan, and he had a couple of the same things, but a lot of it was quite was quite different, but he was also there. So like his videos were a lot different than what my video could possibly be. Did that answer the question, or was that really long-winded?
I guess that's true, yeah. I mean, on vlogs, I mean, I don't think you can really copy unless you actually go to the exact same spots as the person. I guess like everyone can have a different touch, or like, on how they make the vlog. Also, the personality counts as well. Sometimes people, I guess, follow personality more than the vlogger in a way, I guess. Well, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. So oftentimes I'll look at, what someone else has done, and I'll try and come up with my own ideas usually, but a lot of times it'll be similar to what someone else has, like what not to do in Japan. I mean, that's something that I think is really interesting, and my viewers may not have come across their videos, like other people's videos, but when I say something, that might then prompt a video in their stream to pop up, so then they can watch somebody else's video on what not to do, and maybe it all has the same thing, and maybe it has different things, and so that's good. And then, yeah, there are definitely times where I'm just sitting there like, what do I do? I have like this notebook that I keep all of my ideas in, and I just write like all of them in here. And you can see it's almost full, but
I've got so many ideas. I don't have it here, but I've got like 5 pages of ideas, like hundreds of video ideas. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's great, it's better to have too many ideas than not enough.
No. Yeah. And then, there are some days where it's like, I have all these ideas, and I look through them, and I'm like, dumb. And so you have to think of new things, but I think that's like anybody making content or creative content is like, you will have these ideas and you'll have to veto some of them. And then you'll have these ideas where you're like, this is great, and you think it's great and nobody else thinks it's great. So it's just part of like the gamble of putting stuff out there.
Yeah, you never do all the ideas you have, obviously, but you just kind of write them down just in case. It could be part of a video, for example, that kind of stuff, So it's good.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than not writing an idea and then being like, what was the idea that I had?
Oh, I hate that.
So I use my phone, like whenever I've got an idea, I write it on my phone and I put an alarm so it comes up on my phone later.
Yep. I always tell Cassidy, but like both of us have the worst minds ever. And so I'm like, remember that one thing that we talked about? What was it? And he's like, yeah, I don't remember. I should have written it down. Dang it.
Kel, I think it answers the question well, but also the J vlogger community has become very saturated, so you definitely have to put your own perspective on it. Yeah, that's I agree. Actually, there's a lot of J vloggers out there now, isn't there?
Yeah. Can you guys all quit? Thanks. Just kidding.
Just get out of my way.
Whoever. No. No, it's cool that it's expanded so much, but it does make it so yeah, there are a lot of videos that are touch upon the same thing. And so I don't know about other people, but I feel like for me, I will watch an apartment tour of someone's apartment tour, even though I know it's exactly the same as someone else. But if I like that person and they do a good job of being entertaining or engaging, or they're doing a good job of filming and stuff, and they're not, some people, I will watch the same thing on different people's channels just because I like that person and it's engaging enough. So I don't find that there's like a lot of competition, or I don't think there has to be a lot of competition in the J vlogging community, because coming from myself as someone who enjoys watching J vloggers, not everybody's the same. So it's not like just because I watched you over here, just because I watched Kel, if I come and watch Natalie, I'm not going to get the same thing, but I'm still going to get that subject that I enjoy. So
yeah, and I think in like a niche where there's competition, maybe vlogs or any other kind of niches, I think it's all down to what you add, like what the added value of your video. Like if you actually have like good content, or if it's just kind of trash, like Paul Logan, who's, I think I would consider that as being trash and horrible. That's an extreme example, but you know what I mean? Like, it's all about like what you add to the video, and like what, I don't know how to explain, it's quite difficult, but yeah, it's all about like what you put in the work you put, the ideas, the content video. It's kind of like a general feeling, I guess, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you as the person definitely, I think, makes a difference. Like, are you watchable? Are you someone that people can relate to? Because I feel like what I enjoy about most of the people that I watch is like, they're people who, when I talk to them actually in real life, I'm like, oh my gosh, I really like you. And so I like watching you. I like feeling like we can relate and we can interact. And even if we don't actually ever do that, like you still feel
a connection.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Actually reminds me, it's actually something I wanted to go back on another point, but anyway, we can talk about it now. But I remember watching a YouTuber talking about Paul Logan, and like many people have done reactions to Paul Logan and stuff. So you probably have seen a few of them. But there was one guy that was saying, and I really liked what he said, is that as a YouTuber, you're also an influencer in the sense that people will watch you, especially like young people that might be 13 or 10, and like you need to. I think as a YouTuber, I want to be like someone that inspires and influences. So I wouldn't want to put trash content because it kind of influences the next generation. I mean, it's a big, like, I don't know, it's maybe extreme to say that, but you kind of pave the way for the next generation maybe on YouTube, because people will see you and some of them will look up to you. So I think it's quite important to have content that is meaningful and it's not just like trash. Like, what kind of image does Paul Logan send to his viewers? That being rude is cool and funny? Like, you know what I mean? So I think you have to think as a YouTuber about what you do, really, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't know. I didn't even know who he was before all that stuff happened. And then I watched and I was like, why does he have 16 million subscribers?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like he's more like, did you ever watch the show Jackass that was on?
Well, a long time ago, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I almost feel like he's more disrespectful because he goes into places, I don't know. I mean, maybe I didn't see all of the Jackass things, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I just feel like he's more abrasive and more intrusive, I guess, than other people, and just more disrespectful. Like, I feel like his blatant disrespect is just so apparent, whereas like those guys, I don't really know. I don't remember that show very much, but I feel like they didn't mess around with people and their cultures and things like that, like being exactly. Just gross. And then yes, you have kids watching and it's like you're just, I don't know, you're setting a bad example for Americans. Like, you're making Americans look really bad, you're making your age group look really bad, You're showing
YouTubers look bad as well.
you're making YouTube look bad, yes, and you're showing people that it's okay to be an asshole for like just the sake of being an asshole, and you know, it's not even like a prank thing. It's just like really, he's just being a dick.
Yeah, but actually, like I think the difference with Jackass and Paul Logan is Jackass, they did things. Well, things. Sorry, that comes out wrong, but you know what I mean. Like they did things to themselves. You know, it was only
That's
involved
true.
themselves. But in that case, it's cultural, so it's I think pretty racist. And even the videos, they weren't even funny because I don't know. When I go to Japan, like when I went to Japan, sorry, I wanted as a visitor, a tourist. I mean, to be very respectful. You don't want to be like that person that stands out, especially in Japanese culture when, you know, it's all about pretty much the group community, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, it just made me feel very sad because people didn't want to say anything because it's not in their culture to kind of be like, "Oi, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
You know, they just like kind of ignore it. And it took advantage of this. That made me feel even more uncomfortable about it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. So we have Kid Kaiser said, have either of you considered buying a camera stabilizer for smoother filming? Are they ridiculously expensive? We had one for when we had a camera. We had first we had a DJ. I should text Cassidy and ask him what we had. We had something for Japan, and it was expensive. It was $1,000, something like that. And then we had the pilot fly. Thanks, dear.
Wherever the voice comes from.
Yes. Yeah, we had the pilot fly first for our 2016 trip to Japan, and then recently we got the Zhiyun crane, and that was like $700. But they have cheaper ones. It all depends on like the quality of video you're doing and what kind of video you're doing. I think it's definitely investment if you're doing a lot of walking around type of things. For me, I think we're planning on getting the Osmo 2 for my phone because this is now going to be my primary vlogging camera.
It also depends on what kind of camera you have.
Oh, and it also depends on what kind of camera you have. But yeah, because some cameras are way heavier than others, and so the payload on the what is it called? The gimbal, they take different weights. And so sometimes the more weight it will take, the more expensive it is if you want it to have smooth footage that actually turns out great. So
gosh, I wish I had all that gear. Me only have a web camera.
you have that other camera that you took to Japan with you.
Oh, true, yeah. But it's quite a humble camera, let's say.
Well, okay, to be fair though, my boyfriend works in the industry, so like he is a little bit gear crazy on this stuff.
But good for you though, that's amazing.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm cheating because literally he like sets up lights for me, and he makes my stuff when I do stuff outside of just vlogging, like me walking around that you guys have seen. He makes my stuff look amazing, and so I totally am cheating on that.
Yeah, Cassidy.
I know. Thank you, babe.
But I think it's just a lesson for anyone that wants to do YouTube is to marry someone that has the skills of Cassidy, or be with someone, or marry. Why not?
Yeah, you know, there are so many videos out there on YouTube where it's like you can become an amazing cinematographer yourself just from watching YouTube.
Yeah, true. That's very true, actually.
Girl, I'm just reading some comments. Oh, thank you, Cal. You're so sweet.
He's right, though. That's very true.
Well, I don't know.
Can you remember, like a few months ago, you had like 300 subscribers, and now you have like 800 and something? It's great.
That's really sweet. That was not a few months ago. It's like a whole year.
Oh, wow. Time flies, I guess.
Time flies when you're having fun, right? And then Kevin. Oh, what other countries would we like to visit, Kevin?
I think I just want to go to Japan again. I guess I'm lacking a bit of curiosity. I think I'd like to go to Australia, maybe America, because I've never been to America, and I feel like anyone should go to America if they're not American.
Yeah, you can go stay with my mom and dad.
I'll say hi. But I actually have a friend that lives in Seattle, so I need to go there at some point. But
You
I think
should. Seattle's pretty.
yeah, it's just about money, really. But I guess, yeah, that'd be my list of countries: America, Australia, and Japan. But Japan is my next country again, I think.
Again.
What about you?
Yeah, same. I really want to go to Europe, actually.
France, Brighton.
Yeah, we did. We had talked about doing, so there's that airline called, what is it called? That really cheap one.
In Europe.
I think it's out of Reykjavik. It's an
It's not
Icelandic.
EasyJet or anything, is it?
No, it's an Icelandic thing.
Oh, okay.
And so a
Oh.
lot of, what is it called? I swear it's like, anyway, I don't even know. But they have really cheap flights to one spot in France, or not, yeah, and then one spot in Italy. And so we're like, oh, we could just kind of like country hop and go to the south of France and to south of Italy and do that.
That's nice. And how much do tickets cost? I don't even know.
That's what this. So they're like they're $300 or $400. Really
Wow.
cheap. Yeah, but they're sold out. Like the
Yeah.
whole calendar year right now, I think is sold out. Let me see if I can.
That's crazy. I wish I could go to Japan for that price.
Hey, oh my gosh.
Like
How much,
tickets. Sorry?
I was gonna say, how much is it for you to go to Japan?
Well, I think my first ticket cost me £700, which I guess is about $800. But that was a bit of a late ticket, to be fair. But I think the cheapest you can go for is £550, which would be $615, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, that's about what it is from here too.
Yeah. It's a bit pricey, but it's not the worst, considering that Japan is not so expensive, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree. Would you
It's
say
just-
that Europe is more expensive?
Well, I think what was cheap for me in Japan was the food, because the food is pretty decently priced, I mean, like restaurants and stuff. And also like the Airbnbs were quite cheap. I only paid like £20 or less. You could even go for £14 a night if you really want to go cheap.
And
But,
you did
yeah.
a room, right?
Sorry?
You did a room. Someone's.
I
did the
did
entire
many things. I did like a room. I lived with a landlord, and I lived in an entire flat. I
That's amazing.
wanted to try different things, and everything worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that helps since you were traveling solo too. Like it's a lot easier to accommodate that. Oh, my chair is so loud. Wow.
Yeah. But I even think if you're a couple, like, or just two friends, that you can actually be cheaper, because on Airbnb, if you have two people, you don't pay the clean fee. I mean, it's slightly cheaper, but can be even better value, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for us, like the money all comes out of the same account, so it's like doesn't seem like two people are paying for it. But yeah,
Right.
I agree though. If you're traveling as a couple like that, then yeah, I'm sorry. I killed that one really good.
What do you mean?
I feel like I just was like, sorry.
No, but I don't know. Have you done a video on how to travel to Japan cheap or something, or cheaply? I think you have, haven't you?
I think maybe like what, I don't even know.
Like some tips. Maybe I should do a video like this. I still haven't done a video about going to Japan. Which
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
I got so many ideas. Oh my god.
Yep. I don't know if I did a cheap one. I think I am cheap, and so anything that I suggest was for cheap people.
Yeah, but I'm cheap as well, and I think it's useful for many people. So
Yeah. I just noticed you have a mic on. How's that working? It sounds great.
Say again?
I said you have a mic on. I just realized.
Yeah, it's there.
You're so fancy.
It's very weird. It sounds better than when I do videos with it. I don't know why. There isn't like a what's the word? Background, a noise. There isn't. Anyway, yeah. So, Kid Kaser, Kevin, one language besides French. I love the besides French. Do you think is the most romantic? Ooh, for some reason, it's not some like people don't really go for that language, but I think Japanese is pretty romantic, and English as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think I like the reason. I think one of the reasons why I learned English was because I thought English was quite romantic. I don't know.
Really? English?
Yeah, like, I don't see French as romantic. I guess because it's my native language, but yeah, I think English is pretty romantic. Or like Japanese as well. I don't know.
What is it? What does it sound like to you when people speak English?
Actually, there's a video about this on YouTube. I don't know if you watched it. Like when
No,
English comes to foreign people.
I've heard, and like
I'll
I
send it
would
to
think,
you then.
yeah, like
But
when I think of like French, I'm like, you know, like there's like a sound that you associate even though you don't know the words.
I don't know how it sounds like. It's hard because I think now that I'm like fluent, like I know when I was younger and was singing in English, I was like, nim, 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 like, but it was like that. So it was just bullcrap. But now I can't do it. Like for me, English just sounds like it sounds to you, I guess, English because I understand it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Hard. But I don't know. It's really hard to say. I think it just sounds cute, especially like different accents. Like I fall for the Australian accent.
Oh yeah, you love the Aussies.
The goofy accent.
So funny. Oh my
It's so
gosh.
cute.
Cal said that he thinks English is gross and he's watched that and it sounds like The Sims.
Yeah, the Sims. Yeah.
I've never watched The Sims. Or played The Sims. I don't even know what that.
It's never too late, Elizabeth.
Do I need to do it though? Like, am I missing out on some kind of cultural experience?
The Sims is amazing. I spent like hours and years playing The Sims. I played the #1 Sims all the way through to the third or fourth, maybe, I think.
Oh my
It's
gosh, my
great.
coworker, he says the same thing. He's like, you can build people's lives. And I'm like,
You can destroy them as well.
oh my gosh, it's never too late, says Cal.
But I do agree because like the video like sounds like it's weird because this video is amazing because it sounds like it's English, but it makes no sense, which is impressive, I think.
Really?
Like linguistically speaking, I think it's interesting because they reproduce the sounds of English and they manage to have something that sounds right, but
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything. It's impressive, I think.
I feel like that with like Chinese. Whenever people come into my store and they're speaking Chinese, I can always recognize it because there's like, and I'm not sure if it's Cantonese or if it's Mandarin, but there's like a lot of like like, you know, like that kind of sound.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, you must be Chinese.
Yeah, and also like Japanese. Well, I've compared Japanese to Chinese, but it has like a tone. So like they will. I mean, obviously I don't speak Japanese fluently, but they're like kara,
Yeah, no, no, no.
like kind of
Yeah.
like rhythm. So if I remember a Japanese friend asked me like, "What does Japanese sound to you?" And I was doing that like kara, like made desu, or like stuff like that.
Yes, I agree.
So Kel, oh my God, no,
You're like a terrible person.
I've seen this over this full was when they're food faster than they would pee and shit on themselves. I have totally done that before. Oh my God. And like you can set them on fire as well. It's great.
Shut up, really?
Yeah, you put them in the swimming pool, you remove the ladder and they just die. And then I had a museum of tombs and stuff. Great, amazing.
You guys are some messed up people. I think I should end this live stream. I'm just kidding.
I think you missed out on a great game.
Did I? Oh gosh.
Tell you or not do what I told them to do. Yeah. It's like the karma for Sims. You didn't obey me, you die.
I am God.
You are God. That's the thing about it. It's
Oh
a great game for psychopaths like me.
I guess at least that's where you can like let out your psychopathic tendencies and just have it trapped in the Sims world, like all your Sims people, versus like putting it in the real world, right?
I think it's like what you call like cathartic, that you just do what you want to actually do in real life. And I used to create like Sims called like people that I hate in real life and kill them or marry them with ugly people, like just random crap like that.
Oh my God. Like
Amazing
Becky
game.
from high school, I really hated her and she dies all the time.
I'm gonna make her lose a job and be single forever.
I'm like really unattractive now and never get a boyfriend.
It makes me walk down memory lane.
Yeah, I hate Becky. I'm just kidding. I didn't know a Becky.
But what did you play when you were younger then? Like, did you have any games in particular?
Not really. My family, I was not the gaming family. Like my neighbor, he had all the games, and so I'd always love to go over there because he had like Mario and he had
Oh yeah.
what else did he have? He had all the systems, all the stuff, Wii and all that stuff. And I had my mom, it was very nice of her, but she got me like the old school Game Boy when there's like several generations of Game Boy already out. But I got the old like gray brick. And then she got me one game, which was Tetris. And then, and then she got me Page Master after a little bit. And that was actually a fun game because it was like as close to Mario as like you could get.
Yeah.
That's my sad existence. in life.
But they're cool games. But I remember now, like, it makes me think sometimes when I was younger, I could spend like hours on Tetris, and I'm like, this is boring. Like, you just do lines.
Yeah, so true. I used to watch people play. Oh, go ahead.
We just become blasé, I think, with games. Well, the old
That's true.
games.
That's true. There's so much, like, the technology is just crazy, like, as we sound like old people.
So you were saying?
Oh, I used to watch one of my neighbors, their dad played Doom. I don't know if you...
I heard of it, but never played it. I'm not a big video game person, but no,
I'm not
I've heard
either.
of it.
But it was scary. Like, it's like one of these like monster games where the monsters come out and eat you and stuff, and it scared the crap out of me. But like one of those things where it's like you like being scared at the same time. So I'd watch it like.
It reminds me of a game I used to play, well, briefly when I was younger, was I think
Resident Evil?
I think so, yeah. Sorry, because I know the name in French, so saying it in English sounds weird.
Oh, what is it in French? Oh.
No, like whenever I know like a name, or an English word in French, the French pronunciation is stuck with me. Anyway. Yeah, so this game you have to like go down a kind of alley, and then it was like very dark. And when I was young, I was like 7, like then I carry on, like monsters attack you, and I was like, oh my god! And I'd turn off the game. I'm like, I don't like this game, and I would play again and get scared again.
Yeah, that's how I was with 007. Like that, like my heart would be going like this, and I'm like, where's the guy? Where's the guy? Yes. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Anyway, what were we talking about? Video games? Oh yeah, Sims.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear. So I let you lead the conversation if you want to move on to another topic, maybe.
Oh yeah, I was just going to that, trying to find my notes on here.
We kind of talked about different things at random times.
Yeah, we touched on some of these for sure. Well, I guess like, so one of my questions was, why are we doing YouTube? Like what made you start doing YouTube?
It's quite a hard question to answer, actually. I think there's a few reasons, but I guess the main one was that I was kind of curious about what it was like to do YouTube videos, because you know, it's kind of like, it seems like it's all great and like people, they're famous and have lots of subscribers, and I was like, oh, it'd be interesting to like know what it's like to record a video, like listen to myself and create stuff, and having people like interacting with me and stuff. So I think I was kind of curious about it.
Yeah.
I think the second reason was to also kind of share what I like doing, which is like languages and talk about culture a bit. So I just kind of wanted to have a platform to share that, because I feel like, you know, I was boring my friends with that stuff. So I need to find, you know, people that actually care about this stuff. I can leave my friends alone.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I think that's the main reasons, I think. What about you?
I think I started after our first trip to Japan. And after I watched so many YouTube videos to prepare for Japan the first time around, and I was like, oh, I could do this. I now have experiences there, and there are things that people didn't touch upon that I wanted to know when I was watching the video. So I was like, well, maybe if I wanted to know that, other people would have wanted to know that. So I'll start making videos.
Yeah, I think it's important when you start doing videos is to feel like you're going to add something and not just going to do something differently but the same. You know, you want to add something new, I guess. I think it's quite important for sure, yeah.
Yeah. And then Kid Kaiser says, how self-conscious are you when you're recording in public?
That's a good question. I'm
so self-conscious. Like, I don't like if Cassidy's not with me, I'm always like, so I'm over here, like, I'm recording. Please don't look at me.
Under your coat.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I'm the same actually. But weirdly enough, like in Japan, I was more comfortable because I didn't feel like people understood English, so it's a bit more okay. Though I would still try to hide in like small streets and stuff when I was talking, because I don't know, it's a bit awkward to talk to a camera. But I do agree, if it was someone else, it'd be easier. Because I don't know, I don't know, it's just different. But I know, like when I did my vlog in France, it was weird because I know people understand English, and I don't know, it's just a big, well, Paris is big, obviously, but so I don't know, I didn't like doing it there, so I was trying to do it. I was like looking behind me, like making sure there wasn't anyone coming near anytime soon, and just kind of do it quickly and stuff. So that's why you have the weird angle and like, you know.
Oh, I know, and I like this angle down here is not super cute on me, so like trying to vlog, but like, you know, secretively, that's not a good. That's
You mean because of the chin? Is that what you
yep.
mean?
The double chin situation is never cute.
So what you do is you do that, and then you move forward.
Oh, yeah.
Skin just goes back.
Giraffe your neck, and then you look extra weird, just drawing more attention to yourself. They're like, "What is going on with that person? What's wrong with them?"
Oh, that's so funny. But how do you feel about recording in Japan, though?
I'm sorry, my nose is so itchy. I didn't. We didn't really vlog that much in Japan. The couple videos I did, like with like the Tokyo Banana and stuff, we found a quiet spot and just recorded there. Like there was no one around, so it wasn't that scary. When someone has a professional looking camera and you're recording with them, it's less awkward because you have someone sharing that experience with you. It's not, you're not by yourself looking like a weirdo talking to yourself. Yeah, and then also people, they're curious and they stare, but it's also like they comprehend what's happening versus when they see you and just like a camera like this, they're like, that person's insane. Like, bottom line.
But also, I guess people are more used to people vlogging in general. Like people know YouTube, so
Yeah, I do think it's becoming more apparent or acceptable or accepted.
yeah. But it reminds me of Jeremy on one of his vlogs. Sorry, he was on the metro, on the tram, I think, in Montpellier, in the south of France, and then he was like recording himself on the on the tram, and then like some people commented on what he was doing, and they were like, "Oh, like he's gonna get 2 views, boo," and just making fun of him, and like
Oh, that's funny.
approached them and being like, "Well, you know what, guys, I've got more than 2 views on my channel." Boom. Anyway, so it just shows like some people, might make fun of you, I guess, but that's quite rare. I mean, it's never happened to me, I don't think.
Yeah, I feel like when I see people vlogging, I'm always like, oh, I know what you're doing. I know this like technique right here. Because we live in a very touristy spot. I feel like I'm getting like lip boogers and stuff.
I get all the time.
Yeah, oh gosh. Like lip gloss is just like, anyway, not that anybody cares to know that. Anyway, but we watched this guy, he set up his camera and then he would like hop into frame and be like, what's up guys? And I was like, oh God, that's what it looks like when people do that versus like what you're seeing when you watch people's vlogs.
Yeah.
Or like when Casey Neistat is like running and he like hops at his camera in Central Park. On camera, it's totally fine. But in real life, watching him do that, it's like, that's weird, dude. Like you're jumping at a camera.
But also, like, I don't know if you feel the same, but whatever you do on camera is way more intense, I guess, than what you actually see on video. So, like, for example, if you think you're like super cheerful, but on camera you're like bitch rest face.
Yes.
I don't think I have the same thing happening, but oh, it's so weird.
Yeah, I think Cassidy feels like that. When Cassidy's on camera and he's been in some of my videos and stuff, I'll watch him and I'm like, oh my God, babe, you look like you hate your life. And he's like, I was having a really good time.
It's the same thing for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I look back on my videos and I'm like, oh my God, I thought I felt like fine. I was happy. And like, I looked like I was just forced and someone was like putting a gun to my head to make a video. It's so like, dramatic.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this will kind of relate to Kip Kaiser. He said, what profession besides acting or teaching have interested you when you were young? What did you want to be when you grew up? Yeah, so I've always been pretty ganky, I guess. Is that like, that's a Japanese term for, excited and like this or whatever. So for me, being on camera is not too awkward. Like I feel like this is kind of how I am in real life too. So
you look really good. I mean, I told you like you look very bubbly on camera, so I think YouTube suits you well. I think.
Thank you. But like I don't feel like you, where it's like I feel like it's not coming off like how I'm doing it right now. I feel like it's not coming off differently. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that it's coming off the way I'm like feeling or however I'm Does that? I feel like I'm not making sense right now,
No,
but
I think you know what you mean. Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Like exactly what you see on camera afterwards. Yeah.
yeah, and I think that's just because that's how I grew up. A little bit more. I don't know. I was never like a ham, but I was often the center of attention because people made fun of me in my family. I was also like I was the comedic relief because they made fun of me. And so I kind of related or was able to morph that into being a little bit more outgoing on camera. Like showing it on my face, I guess.
Fair
Because
enough.
yeah, like anyway.
You cultivated that aspect of your personality. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So growing up, I wanted to be a famous singer, a famous actress. I wanted to be a vet until I realized that you had to kill puppies and kitties if they got sick. And so I was like,
Aww.
yeah. And then I was like, also, same with I would love to work at a nursing home because I love old people, but the death aspect is also very sad. I get very emotionally attached to things and people, so I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, my mom works with old people, and she gets sad after like 20 years working with them. She's like, "Oh, she passed away." I'm like, "Oh."
Oh, yeah, because you get to know them and like they become part of your family. So it's like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like when I was younger, like it's weird. Like I'm not that interesting. I didn't want to be an astronaut or that kind of stuff. I guess I've gone through like two things. I wanted to be a therapist, a psychologist. I can't remember why. I think I was just kind of I just wanted to kind of help people feeling better. I don't know. I just like the idea of people telling me all their secrets in a way, which is not only what a therapist is about, but kind of you get to know people like private memories and
Yeah.
things.
Oh, there's.
But then, yeah, the dirty secrets.
Yeah.
and I think I also wanted to be a singer for a little while,
You
and
have a
then
beautiful
I
voice.
decided. Oh,
Did
sorry.
you have a beautiful voice?
Oh, thank you. and, and then I'm laughing because the friend, when I told her I was doing a live stream, she was like, "What are you gonna sing?" I'm like, "We're not gonna sing." Anyway, joke aside. And then I think I wanted to, after being a singer, I was like, okay, it's not gonna happen, blah blah blah. And then I wanted to be a Spanish teacher, then an English teacher, and I'm a French teacher, so I moved from one language to the other.
Yeah. But you've done all of them, right?
Sorry?
Have you taught all of those? Have you like fulfilled your?
Well, I haven't taught English yet, but I've taught a bit of Spanish, which was horrible because my Spanish is not good enough, in my opinion, to be a teacher. But French, yeah, I've done it. Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I've become a bit more boring over the years.
Oh, shush. No, you got to teach what you know, and you can always branch out from there.
I guess.
Yeah.
So you're always backing me up, Elizabeth. I feel like I'm not making sense right now. Yeah, Elizabeth, you can me up all the time.
It's like way too awkward for life sometimes.
It's your baby personality that just makes me laugh all the time.
Yeah. And then
any family or friends ever give you negative feedback about you wanting to be a YouTuber? Oh, I haven't had anything negative so far. I don't even think my mom realizes I'm on YouTube. Like sometimes on Facebook, she likes my videos, but I don't think she's realizing I'm on YouTube. Like, I don't think she gets it.
Oh, that's cute.
Video? What is a video? But no, I never got anything negative, I guess. Maybe at work. Oh, that was a bit weird. Well, I hope they're not watching me right now. Ooh. But like one of my colleagues, nothing bad. One of my colleagues, though, she was like mentioning in front of my colleagues and the residents I work with in the care home. Like she was like, "Oh, like have you guys seen Kevin's videos?" And I think she was kind of trying to make me feel not bad. I wouldn't say bad, but like kind of put me on the spot, I guess. And I was just like, "Oh yeah, well, you guys, if you guys want to watch my videos, just go on my channel." I was just cool with it. I mean, it's my channel; it's public. Like, if you find it, that's fine. I'm not ashamed of it. So. I guess it's the only kind of negative-ish experience, but that's it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. I have the same thing with like when I was trying to do acting and stuff. I never.
Yeah, of course, I remember your video.
Yeah.
The Korean thing, was it?
What?
Was it a Korean movie? Or was it in Korean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. It was great.
Yeah. Well, so it's like I always feel embarrassed to like say to people that I'm an actor or whatever because I'm not yet. Like I've only done it where I've gotten paid like 3 times. I've done a couple of commercials and that's it. But I don't feel like that qualifies me. What?
Are the commercials on YouTube? I want to see them.
I don't know, actually. One of them was for Google, so I feel like it should be out there somewhere, but
I
they
need
don't
to find
send
them.
them to you. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. But like, I'm not in them for very long. It's like a few seconds
Right.
at best. But funny story, my friend was having her baby in a different state, and she said she looked up on the TV and she was like, "Oh my gosh, was that Elizabeth? Baby." I was like,
You make women give birth.
yes. I'm glad I could be there for your friend. I was there and I didn't even know it. But oh my gosh, that was so funny because I was literally on that commercial. It was my very first one, and I was on there for literally 2 seconds. I'm handing someone like a piece of paper, and then they cut away from me. So, but it's the same thing with YouTube. Like, I should give 0 Fs about it, but I feel a little bit like people don't understand what it takes to do YouTube and the amount of effort and time and discipline. Like, if you are actually doing it on the regular and it's something that you are
Committed to, I guess.
yeah, that you're committed to and that you treat like a profession, people don't take it seriously. So if you tell someone that you're a YouTuber, they look at you like get a real job type of thing. So I don't often like to tell people. Also, there are certain people that I don't want seeing me. So like my coworkers, I feel like I just recently told them, and I've been there for a year and a half.
Oh yeah.
And so and then when one of the guys that I told, I was like, yeah, it's for YouTube or whatever. And he's like, yeah, that's what I figured. And I was like, oh, okay. No judgment. Thanks. I appreciate that. And then I know some of my family knows, like my immediate family knows. Obviously my mom watches when she can. And my dad, this is not his thing. So he doesn't watch, like, that's, but like extended family, I don't have any grandparents anymore, so they don't watch. And then, cause I don't think anybody else really knows, so they don't give me any crap about it.
Yeah, I feel like my friends don't really like. I don't know if they don't care or they just. I don't know. Maybe it's some. I mean, I think my channel is very specific. So not everyone is going to be interested, but
Yeah.
But I don't care about the fact that like I didn't tell anyone, and like I've got many students, and I don't think they will find me anytime soon because my channel is not big or anything. But as much as I would own up to it, I don't feel like comfortable telling everyone like, guys, I'm on YouTube. Like, it just feels awkward. Like,
Yeah.
also people don't really take it seriously, and it's kind of hard. I mean, it feels a bit weird to say I'm a YouTuber because
Yeah.
I don't know, when people hear that, they're like, oh, did you make money off YouTube? And you're like, no. But technically we're YouTubers, but I think the connotation is a bit too strong for me to feel like I am a YouTuber, if that makes sense.
I agree too. And I also feel like at this point, I am like, that's what I do. That's something that I am trying to create as more of a full-time thing and actually earn money from it and stuff like that, because it's something I really enjoy and it's something that I hope other people enjoy. But I'm only at, less than 1,000 subscribers. Same with you. Like, we're not at the point, I think, where it's like we can really call ourselves like an established YouTuber, despite how many videos we might have out or despite how much effort and time we put in it. It's kind of like saying you're a doctor when you're still in school type of thing.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I feel the same. Yeah. It's a shame. I mean, I feel like we shouldn't be ashamed. I don't know if that's the right word, but we shouldn't feel ashamed of saying I'm a YouTuber because I don't know. It's like saying like I play the violin. Like I don't know. Like I don't know what to explain, but it feels like you have to be perfect at something to say you're doing something in a way sometimes, which is it's a shame, but. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's a double-edged sword on that because I agree. It's like, I feel like you have to be professional at it and accepted within the community as that's what you are before saying it. But at the same time, you're doing it and you are pretty much doing the same thing that you would do once you are accepted as that. So what's the big deal? But I also maybe coming from my family, that's a little bit more old school.
Yeah,
If
that's
I told
that.
them, yeah, if I told them that I was a YouTuber, they'd be like, and then what's your real job?
So you make videos. So
Yeah.
what?
Same with the acting though. Like I was the only person out of like my cousins and stuff that didn't go into something like nursing or something where you had to get a master's degree.
Yeah.
And so a little bit like of like the black sheep. So I think there's some judgment that kind of goes along with it from some people, not from everybody. Like a lot of my family is amazing, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's that thing, like, you know, people that do like theater or they want to become artists or musicians, like everyone will be like, but like, what about a real job or jobs that's stable? You know, there's this idea that you're wasting your time, which is a shame because, you know, we all need art in our lives, I think, you know, there's value in art. And I guess, well, I don't know if you could call YouTube art, but it's creative, you're creating something. So in a way, it's a form of art, I think.
I think so too. Yeah.
I mean, we're not the Mona Lisa, but, you know.
Sure, yeah, it's not changing lives in that kind of respect, but at the same time, like going back to the editing thing, it takes a lot of time, and there's when people are good at editing, you recognize that and you're like, wow, that was entertaining to watch, or like I like how they, you know, did that transition or whatever. You know, there are things that you appreciate when people have really good editing or when people have really good filming skills, like they do stuff that's different than just like there's good and there's bad. Like you recognize people who do a good job and keep your attention versus people you're like, what the hell are you doing?
Like Paul Logan.
Yeah. What advice?
Kelly's saying the YouTube struggle is real. Yeah, that's definitely real.
It is.
That's very real for so many reasons.
Hashtag truth.
So, Kid, what advice would you give to those new posting on YouTube? Wow. I think one of the things I would say is to feel and be ready to show yourself to the world, because it's hard to realize, but you're actually putting yourself out there. Even if you might not have a lot of viewership, there's still eventually people that will see you. So you have to be comfortable with that, which is kind of obvious, but people don't always realize that, I think.
Yeah. And that kind of relates to one of our topics is like, how much of yourself do you actually show to YouTube? And I think within that, you need to decide when you are going on YouTube, there are people who bear it all and it works for them because it's something they stick to. So if you're really candid and you're really like opinionated or you're really, I don't know, you kind of have to figure out who you are on YouTube.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess, I mean, I think I choose to be natural, but some people might choose to be more like, I'd say more expressive, I guess, or like kind of create a persona, which makes sense, you know, something works. So I guess it's just deciding what you want to be. It's a bit of an acting in a way, because we were talking about it like a few months ago, but like as much as I think I'm natural, and even people do say when they meet me in person, like when they see me on video, they're like, oh, like it's actually almost like you in real life.
Same person, yeah.
Which is kind of funny, but oh, where was I going with this? Oh crap, I lost my train of thought.
Who you are versus who you are on camera.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, it's just about, you know. No, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Whoops.
Kevin.
It'll come back. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to go with this now.
No, that's fine. I'll take over for you. No, I'm just kidding.
Take over, please. Save me.
Well, like, so for me, I don't swear on my channel, even though in real life I swear all the time. So that might surprise people, you know? And like, I also don't talk about my political views or my religious views, because that might keep people away, or that might create a lot of conflict that I don't feel like dealing with. But other people's channels focus on that. Like other people's channels are about, like their opinions and how they feel about things, and then they engage with people and get really, and that's part of their shtick. Like Ricky Gervais, like he's not a YouTuber, but if you follow his Twitter, his shtick is to make fun of people and to call people out and to like, he doesn't care if he's offensive in a way, because to him, he's not offending to offend. He's offending someone who says something stupid to them that he feels is stupid to him, and he'll reply accordingly. But he doesn't like seek out people to be a jerk to. He doesn't troll. But that is his shtick, and that's his personality. And so I think that's something that you need to be aware of when you are creating a new YouTube channel. You need to be like, you kind of have to set boundaries for yourself when you're starting out, and they can change, but you also have to realize like the cause and effect of things. So if you're going to be, what is the word, ostentatious and like out there, people are going to react, and that may be really good for you. That might make you trend really quickly because people are going to be like, this guy he's saying everything that's on his mind, and he's crazy, and he's la la la. But exactly, yep. But then like Logan Paul, it's worked for him being kind of a douchebag. But then there's also, on the flip side of it, people might be really turned off by your channel. So I think like for you and I, we started off, and Kel too, we started off talking about stuff that we enjoyed and that we were passionate about and that we felt comfortable knowledge-wise talking about. So if you have something like that, that's when I would start a channel and be like, my focus is cutting open teddy bears to see what's inside of them. Like, start with that and stick to that. And then when you get more subscribers and you get more people wanting to see more of you, then you can branch out a little bit more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I do agree with you with the fact that it's important to set yourself some boundaries, because like I know some people will be comfortable, revealing their dating status. Some others won't. Others won't be comfortable to talk about their jobs. Like I guess it's just whatever you do, you need to be comfortable. But whatever you also reveal, you need to make sure, like, think of the consequences of what that might be. Sometimes there's no real consequences. Like for example, I guess you telling your subscribers that you're dating Cassidy is, I guess, not a big deal. But some other contexts, that might be an issue for some reason. I mean, I don't have an example, but some aspects will maybe be more problematic. So yeah, but I know like also some YouTubers, they go a bit too far. I'm thinking of Tana Mongeau, for example. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of her videos. Kel will know what I'm talking about. She's a YouTuber who does like a lot of story times, and she's like, I don't know, one of her videos was something like a dude banged me with his toothbrush or whatever. Like, was just
I saw that in Kel's video where I was like, what is happening?
And she did like a lot of videos, and like it sometimes backfire on her and stuff. But yeah, I think it's just about making sure whatever you talk about and say, you're comfortable with the possible negative consequences of it. So that's why personally, I'm like you, like I don't want to give kind of opinions on like political topics or religious topic. And if I did, I would be very careful not to go into too much detail, because some people might and will actually hate on you for whatever reason, even if you're trying to be nice and respectful and open-minded or whatever. Yeah.
So, yeah. And
so, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was going to read the comments.
Oh yeah.
So I was saying, I swear the time it's lost me subs. I feel that I've gained more than lost. I think, yeah, swearing is actually an interesting one, because I guess we don't swear, even though we swear a lot in real life. I mean, when I talk to you on WhatsApp, I swear a lot. But yeah, it can be one thing that you need to consider, because I think I don't want to swear, because if someone, if you're looking for a job and people like find your channel for some reason, if you swear, will that look bad on you or something? That can be something to consider. So again, it's a decision to make. It might not matter for some people, but for others, maybe it will. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like for me, because a lot of my channel has been specifically like how to travel to Japan or things about Japan, I feel like it would maybe sound weird if I did swear. But for you, Kel, I feel like you're doing a lot more like lifestyle and a lot more like personal into your kind of life. And I think there's so many people who swear and are doing well, but it is true that the flip side of that is they're demonetizing if you swear. And so because advertisers don't want to advertise on your channel if you have rated R things, because they want to advertise for Old Navy or something, and that's not really going to work out for their clientele.
Yeah. And some people are getting upset about it because they see it as some kind of censorship, or like, it's against their freedom of speech. So it's a gray area, I guess. It's quite hard to decide. But,
yeah. I personally, I like it when I don't, like if people are saying like the F word every like 5 seconds, it's like, okay, now calm down. But if it just comes out naturally and it's like, okay, abroad in Japan, I'm going to bring him up. Like when he swears,
That's great.
yeah, I don't know if it's because he's British and it's like a little bit more cheeky, but like it's never offensive to me. It's always like funny.
I think there's a way of swearing in a way. So, you know, if you do it too much, I mean, I don't know. It's weird, like as much as in a linguistic point of view, like swearing is just a way of communicating. So it's not good or bad. You know, it depends on people. But
yeah,
I know when I watch videos, sometimes if the person swears too much, depending on the topic, I will feel like it's too vulgar in a way.
Yeah.
But sometimes like a swear word, but at the right moment,
yes.
it kind of sounds okay. You can even add to the joke or the value of the video. But it's about gauging it, I guess. But it's hard to set a formula for it, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think, yeah, some people, it just sounds, and it depends on the person too. Like, I feel like if people saw me dropping the F-bomb on the regular, like, I probably could if I wanted to. Like, I'm not that much of like a trash mouth or whatever, but, you know, I do. But I think if someone saw me doing that, it would probably be like a turn off in the video. Like, they wouldn't be like, doesn't look right, or it doesn't seem right, or it doesn't sound right. But oh, Mara, you made it! I'm so excited.
Hello.
But you know, like, but Kel, when he does it, like, it doesn't necessarily bother me because I feel like that's part of his personality. And there's other people. I can't remember her name. She's Steph Sun. Anyway, she's trans. Like, she just transitioned from a male to a female, but she swears all the time, and she talks about like sex toys and all this stuff, and I'm not offended by it ever.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's very subtle, isn't it? But I was wondering, Kel, if you hear that, like, what made you decide to swear, or was it anything conscious, or like, did you have? Well, I mean, I know you talked about monetization, sorry, but like, do you kind of just don't care when you're filming yourself, or do you do that on purpose? I mean, what's your take on swearing, I guess, is my
good question.
Interesting to hear that.
And so he'll get that in 2 minutes.
Yeah, probably. When we move on to something else.
Yeah.
Kit Kesa, how good does it feel when you see your subscriber count go up? Is it positive validation of your efforts? Yeah, definitely. I have to say, I'm kind of, I shouldn't do it, but every day I will check my subscriber count. And if I've got like 1 or 2 more subscribers, I'm like, yay, it's a little victory, you know?
Yeah. It is, like, I hate to say it's very like high school, where it's like, it's almost like a popularity thing where it is kind of like a validation. It shows that, like, as your subscriber count goes up, that must mean that you're doing something right, or that people are enjoying your content that you're putting out. And so as you gain in popularity, it makes you feel good, because you're like, people like me, they really like me, you know. But it's only a positive thing, you know, that you're gaining subscribers. So it's obvious that, and Mara agrees. She said, yes, it's always fun to see them go up. But yeah, it makes you feel good, because it makes you feel like, yeah, like you've made the right decision.
Yeah. I mean, it's also nice because we put a lot of work in making videos. So if people subscribe, it's like, I don't know, it's great. Like, you know, people, it just feel very happy. You know, it's just like, oh, yeah, I put a lot of work into my videos. People enjoy it. And that's how, basically, like, when you subscribe to my channel, I mean, people in general, that's how you give back in a way, I feel.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's also encouraging, like, oh, I'm not doing it, you know, for nothing. You know, people are actually listening to me, and they enjoy what I'm doing. So it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, it's very little life all the time, depending on the situation and person. I will calm down on it, but for the most part, it's just my personality. I really wanted to slowly get away from being a J vlogger. Japan is not what I want to do with my channel or lifestyle channel. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it happens, I guess, to change a bit, like what you do on your channel. But I think also, like, something interesting. I don't mean to be too linguistic here about it, but I know, like, swearing is actually something that linguists study. I'm not a specialist of that, but I know, like, sometimes swearing can also be a way of that's how you build your personality, and it's kind of part of you. And sometimes I feel like if I'm with a friend, I need to swear. That's kind of how I behave with people I'm close to. Obviously, if I'm at work, it's different. But with my manager, I sometimes swear a lot, because she swears as well. anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love that. But like with your friends, it's kind of like that's kind of how you bond. Even sometimes when you call someone else, "Oh, you're such a bitch," like swearing can sometimes be a thing to make you part of a group. It's kind of what brings you closer, I guess. I don't know if you agree, but
Yeah.
it's a real thing. People swear as a way of bonding, I think.
Yep. I agree. I do think because it's kind of like in Japanese where they have their what is it, tatemae versus something else, where it's like your true self versus your fake self, kind of, or like your front that you put up to society.
What's the other word? Kel will know.
Yeah, Kel will know. I think he actually talked about it in one of his videos.
Yeah, he did. And I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, tatemae and something else. But when you can swear in front of people and you feel that level of comfort, it is a bonding thing, because usually we don't swear in front of people because there's like a sense of propriety and a sense of, like a formalism that you have to keep. And once you are able to swear with them, it's like you broke that barrier of.
Honey, that's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Cal.
And then, yeah, I mean, I would say bitch, like, because I know you've said it to me, and it's not, I've never been offended by that, because I know where you're coming from and the way you said it and the context that you say it.
Context is important for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes it can be used really terribly, and it's always, oh, please blow up our chat. We're all about that.
No, we like your input. It's great.
Yeah, it's all about the context. Like when Ricky Gervais says the C word, I'm like, I'm never offended because he's saying it in a funny way. And like, I'm not, like, the feminist side of me doesn't come out and say like, you can't say that, because he's never calling a woman that in a like a derogatory term. He's usually saying it to a guy.
Yeah.
I'm
surprised that Kel lost 20 subs because he swore. That's interesting. I mean, I guess swearing will offend people and some others will not mind it. I guess it just depends. It's like, when you say, I don't know which one. I don't know. Like, it doesn't work in English, but I know in French, like when you call someone, the F word for gay people, so fag, let's say.
Okay.
Like for some people, it may, like some people, actually I've got a better example in English. So I know in video games, some people will use the word retard, which I think is a horrible word to use. And they will use it to mean something that doesn't refer to the person's mental health. It just means like you're stupid, you're a retard.
Yeah.
Them on YouTube. But some people like don't really realize that, they use in a different way, but they don't realize that some people will get offended and take in the wrong way. So I guess it's about, just making sure you're aware of that, and you will offend some people.
Yeah.
Say the word bitch. Some people may say like, "Oh, you're being sexist," because it used to be used against women. So it's a bit of a tricky one, I guess. I mean, I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does. Yeah. See you, Mara. We'll see you in a second.
Bye, Mara.
But she's coming back, so hopefully. But yeah, I agree, because there are terms like I don't know if it's just like where I grew up. Like we always say like retarded, like that's retarded, and like it's never referring to somebody who actually has like a handicap or something, because I feel like that's where it's like really cruel. And I know that actually stems from the history of the use of the word, is like back in the day when everything evolves in a PC way, that's what people called people with special needs, and so that then became derogatory because it is not very nice. But it's also like the evolution of like what is politically correct and what isn't. And I think, I mean, yeah, linguistically things keep evolving. Like there are certain words where it's like you would never ever say that word about someone or to someone, and now they're becoming mainstream.
Yeah.
Again, so I think on your channel, it totally depends on how many Fs you give on that,
Sure.
Like, and if you, personally, I think some people thrive on that kind of drama and the thrill of having drama. Like it's exciting. Like, I mean, I'm sometimes like if I'm engaging with someone about like a political battle, which has happened on Facebook every once in a while, it's thrilling because you're amped, but at the same time I'm like, God, that's really stressful. I can't deal with that. So I don't do that on my channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people are great at it and some people really enjoy doing that. So
Yeah, for sure. Makes me want to do a video on swearing now.
Good.
Actually, it's a very interesting topic, and I think a lot of people don't talk about it. But yeah, anyway, so I just want to say one more thing about, like, the word retarded. I guess there's going to be two groups of people. One group which will be like, it's fine, it's not the same meaning as it used to be. It just means an idiotic person, blah blah. And others will be like, wait a second, like it might mean something else for you, but it still means the original meaning is that one. So I guess you can't really say it's good or bad. I think you just kind of have to. I mean, it's really tricky because in linguistics, we never say it's right or wrong. It's just kind of like, this is one way of using this word. Some people will think that way. Others people will just be against that. So there's no real right or wrong. But I guess it's an ethical issue. Do you want to sound like you're insulting a group of people, a minority, or do you just own up and pretend like it's not what you're doing? Or, I mean, whatever. It's a very tricky subject.
It is. I think, yeah, it all depends on like personal experience, and you have to gauge your audience as well. Like there are some things that like I will only ever say to Cassidy, like, because I know if anybody else heard me say that, they would think that I'm a terrible person because they're not listening to what I'm actually saying. They're just hearing like certain keywords that trigger them in a certain way,
Yeah, they'll judge you on that for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess my channel's a PC channel at this point.
But also, I feel like considering I'm kind of, I don't have a intellectual channel. I wouldn't say that, but like my channel is kind of serious in a way. So I feel like if I was just swearing, suddenly it would just be like, why? Like it wouldn't add anything. I think it would actually make it look worse in a way. So it kind of depends on, as we said earlier, the vibe you want in your channel. Do you want something that's more serious, or do you want something that's more like, yeah, fuck this shit, or that kind of stuff,
Yeah, I agree. I had a thought on that too.
Did you miss something? Yeah. Some people don't like it. So yes, some people will like it, some others will not. I guess that's the conclusion of that little debate. But that's very interesting, though. Like how you use language on YouTube is definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Linguist, what are you waiting for? Study this shit.
Oh my gosh, I know. Seriously. That's true. Oh, that's what I was gonna say about like PC stuff is sometimes I will say something like before when I'm editing, and I'll have filmed something, and I will, as I'm saying it, it comes out completely innocently. Like I'm not ever saying anything to offend or be rude or whatever. That's not my shtick or whatever. But when I'm rewatching it, I'm like, oh my God, is that going to offend someone? Do I have to cut that out? Like, is there like 2 people who are going to be offended by this? And then you have to decide whether or not is it worth it dealing with the people who are going to comment on it, or do you just cut it out? Even if what you're saying is so non-offensive to you. So
you don't want to take the risk. I think, I mean, obviously my channel, I don't usually tend to use offensive terms or things that might be offensive. But I think there's a couple of times when I was like writing some ideas and I was like, maybe not, just in case, or that kind of thing, or like you cut that bit in the editing, because I don't know. I guess also one of the issues, and I know it sounds like people maybe might think I'm exaggerating, but what if your video goes viral, like, and people know you based on the video where you swore and everyone's making fun of you for it, or like something like that, or you say something that's controversial, like you don't want that to happen. And that can happen. A lot of people like just post a random video and that's the most viral video. And like it might ruin the reputation, I think. So it's something to be aware of, I think. Even though it's not likely to happen, but it could. So again, it's about setting boundaries, I suppose, maybe.
Yeah, I know. But part of me too is also like, F you guys and like your oversensitivity. It's like you don't need to make an issue out of everything, but because you're putting it out on YouTube, you're broadcasting to anyone and everyone who has access to it, and anyone and everyone can get offended by everything. Like somebody might be offended by my hair right now, and they may be like, I can't believe that you would just,
how dare you.
I know. So
but I guess a good thing to do is to like maybe whenever you publish a video is like, would you be comfortable showing it to people in the street or like your family or something like that? And if the answer is yes, then go for it. If you like, then maybe consider, just think about it, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So Kel says making tags for vlogs is so difficult. It is. Like, I don't even know what to
Oh
tag
yeah.
half the time. Same with Instagram too, though. I'm like, blue. Because there's the color blue in my
I,
thing.
I suck at tagging. Like, first of all, I'm not a bit big on Instagram, but I'm just like, I just put very dumb like hashtags.
Oh,
But tagging is difficult. It's a skill, I think.
it is. It is true.
Still
And
need to improve on that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I've seen videos on like the best tags to use and like how to optimize your
Mm,
analytical
CEO.
stuff. Yep. And then if you could be a guest on a famous YouTuber's channel, whose channel would it be?
I love his questions or her questions. Sorry, I'm assuming the gender. I love his questions.
Oh, Cassidy said there's an app for tagging as well. So I'm getting like,
Oh, what's it called?
what is it called? Oh, he said, what do I look like, Siri?
Oh.
Well, then pipe down, Siri. No, I'm just kidding. I suppose.
That's a very good question. I like it.
Here, I have Google right here. Let's see if it tells us app for tagging photos. This is for tagging photos. So it looks like there's an app called Hash Photos, and it's got 4.9 stars from 8,000 people.
Oh, you suggest tagging, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, very useful, yeah.
Yeah, just Google. Anyway, whose channel would you appear on if you could?
Oh, that's a great question. Ooh. You start if you know. If you know, start first, because I need to think.
Oh God, I don't know either.
I guess, like, I don't know. I think I would like Abroad in Japan because he's really, really funny.
Yeah, he is.
Even though my channel is quite different, but I really would like that. It's great. It's so funny. Like,
I wonder about him. Like, this is totally gossipy, but I wonder, like, if he's a jerk or if he's nice. Like, he teeters on the line for me because, like, I enjoy his content a lot, but then sometimes I feel like, oh, Kevin, can you read that? I cannot read that.
I think that's Roganboru. Oh my, Pori. Oh, I can't read the Japanese.
And the other one's a P too.
Kel, help us. It's like Roganpori. Oh, I can't read that. Sorry, my bad. My katakana is bad.
Our Japanese is terrible. But yeah, so it's like I really like his stuff, and I like
Roganporu. Oh yeah, Logan Paul.
Oh, Roganporu. Okay. That makes sense why it's in here.
Thanks, Kel.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I really want to like him, and I really like think he's hilarious, and I love watching his videos. But something, I'm just like, is he like too cool now because he's got a lot of subscribers? And I think that's something that can happen to people. Like when you get YouTube famous, like, do you lose a sense of yourself and become like too good for other people? Is that?
I actually wondered about this. I mean, obviously, you know, I'm far from being in that same position, I guess, than abroad in Japan. But I don't know. I feel like a bit about you changes, I would suppose. I hope I won't change ever if I do get to that stage. But no, you could be a jerk for real. That's true, yeah.
No, and I really hope he's not. I don't know. I've never met him, but how is he doing now?
Logan Paul, I guess.
When I went to Donuts and make coffee, who are we talking about? Oh, Broad in Japan, Chris Broad.
Someone asked us if you what channel would like to make an appearance on, rather.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I really hope like I don't change, or at least not in a jerky way, I hope.
Yeah. Yeah, well, so it's funny because I've gotten like comments from people who like on Instagram, or like we've actually connected one-on-one, like how you and I chat and stuff. And they're like, I was so surprised that you talked to me because you're a YouTuber. And I was like, I'm not famous. I only have, you know, however many subscribers. It's not like I'm some kind of amazing human being that's like too good to talk to anybody else type of thing. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, I agree. That's true. Like, I think with YouTubers, there's this idea that they like, you like them, you follow them, but they will never get to know you, or maybe they won't even bother replying because they're so much better or they're special, whatever. Like, it feels like they're unattainable in a way. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it becomes like a subculture of like celebrity status where
Mhm.
they get revered and like put on this pedestal, and it's like, dude, they're just a person that picked up a camera and did it for a consistent amount of time. And they do have something like, obviously we both like Abroad in Japan's channel because of his
So I blocked someone. The comments were weird.
I know, I keep getting distracted too. I'm like how do
I
you
hope it's okay. I blocked them. That's how you deal with haters and weirdos. Life lesson, guy.
Yeah, I feel like I wonder, that's what I wonder on some people's things. And that was part of one of the topics that I put in there, is like, when you are dude, Hans, like, calm down, this is really weird.
I've blocked him. Feel free to do that as well.
Good. How do you do that?
You go on this name, and then there's like 3 dots, and you can
Oh,
unblock.
too. Bye.
Saka. No, I'm joking.
Wait, mine says hide user on this channel. Is that what you did?
Yeah, do that, I guess.
Okay.
3 hands. You're being weird, to be fair.
Yeah, true.
Anyway. So you were gonna say?
Oh yeah, like sometimes, like within the J vlogging community, it's like some people are super accepting and super community driven. So like a lot of the people that I've talked to and a lot of people that I engage with within the J vlogger community, they're awesome, and like they'll talk back to you, like they don't see you as competition or as like less than because you have less subscribers. But then there are other people where it's like they will not give you the time of day, and I'm not sure what that is. And that's part of like the politics that happen. Like, it's like, if your subscriber count is lower, then you're not really worth it, because that person can't get anything from you. And maybe they think that you are just trying to get something from them, which is understandable. But I also feel like you're putting up like this divide. So like you'll collab with a bunch of other people, except for people who have less than like 30,000 subscribers, I feel like
that might make sense, because as you said, maybe like, I don't know, I think in a way maybe it doesn't make as much sense for me to collab, for example, with a bro in Japan, because usually when YouTubers do collabs, there's like mutual interest in it, and like, what interest would a bro in Japan or any other big YouTuber have to collab with me? Like, none. They get like 10 subscribers. So I guess there's this thing going on, I suppose.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe there's like a business. Honestly, Elizabeth and Kevin, that's where we should break that. I feel like we're gonna grow in the future, and we can break the arrogance of the YouTube community. Agreed.
Yeah.
I feel like I have no problem talking to someone or supporting someone who supports me if they have less subscribers. Like if someone's like, hey, I love your channel and I watch it all the time, I'm starting out on YouTube, do you want to sub back? As long as it's something that's not offensive or something that I really cannot support, I'll support you back. Like, why not?
Yeah, I agree. Like, even if it's not just YouTubers, but I've tried so far to answer all the comments, and like actually give good responses, like show people that I'm not just doing this for the likes or the subs, but also like I like to actually communicate with people and talk to people. And, they ask me random questions like, how do you learn a language? And I try to reply, blah, blah. So, I mean, for now, I pride myself on in answering to everyone. But I don't know, what is it going to be like when I've got way more subscribers? I don't know, like, because I guess the reason we connect the bigger YouTubers is because, you can't reply to everyone, I guess.
Right. Yeah, and I agree. I definitely think that, because like I've tried commenting on some people's things and they ignore me, but I feel like, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm mad at you, but then I'm like, you also have 3,000 comments. Like, mine's not going to stand out. And so that's something that people need to keep in mind. But I do think if you're a YouTuber with like 50 to 100 comments or less, you should be responding to everyone. Yeah, even if it takes you a while, that's something you just have to say in one of your videos and be like, look, it takes me a while, but there's really no excuse at that point to not interact with people who are giving you their time to, you know, check you out, kind of. But
I agree. Like, I know, like when I'm commenting on other videos and they don't reply. Well, I mean, I'm not saying like if I just say great video and they don't reply, that's fine. You know, but if I have like a proper question or a long comment, I'm like, I'd like them to acknowledge me because, you know, I really like the content, and I don't know, it's like talking to celebrity when you comment on a video and the person replies like, yeah, they replied, oh my God, and you freak out. And I feel like it's nice to do that. I mean, and I want to treat other people like I want to be treated in a way. So I do strive to reply to all the comments, but you know.
Yeah, I've commented on someone's channel where it's like they didn't have like, it wasn't ridiculous. Like they could have gotten to my comment and I was like, what is going on? And then I looked through their thing and like, they don't reply to anybody unless it's like another big YouTuber. And I was like,
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Kind of poopy, I think. But yeah, like Kel's saying, he's like, I don't care if someone has 1 subscriber. If you have good content, you're a big YouTuber to me. Exactly. Like as long as it's something that I can respect, and like even if I don't particularly want to watch your videos, but you still seem like, you know, someone that I would want to support because you're supporting me back. Like I'm all about like that, creating that kind of community, because at the end of the day, like a lot of the people who are watching you are also YouTubers. And so it's fair to support people back, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But I do agree with you. Like sometimes when I see YouTubers that don't even, I mean, they have like lots of subscribers, like 100K or whatever, and like they don't reply to any comment, not even like hearts or anything. I'm like, so you don't even take 10 minutes or even an hour on your day to reply to at least a few comments. Like it just feels to me like they're not valuing their community. I might be wrong. Maybe they just connect better on other social media.
Maybe that's true.
On the YouTube side, it just feels like, I don't know, it feels like I don't want to comment on your video because you don't even give anything back to your community. And it's like they forget that without us, I mean the subscribers, they are not anything or on YouTube. So I don't know.
I completely agree.
They have reasons, but I don't know. It just feels like that to me for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because like if you got that big, you got that big because of everybody watching, and so it's like you almost have a responsibility to your viewers to acknowledge them. You know?
Yeah.
I think that's completely fair.
I think when a channel replies to you, it makes you want to subscribe and follow them more. You know, if you feel like they, you know, I don't know, it just feels like you're part of the group in a way. You know, otherwise it's like watching a movie and then you can't interact with anyone. Like, you know, on YouTube, expect interaction with the people.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway.
No, I totally agree.
We have like more subscribers. Maybe it'll be different.
I know. Well, again, it is like, I think if you do get more subscribers and things become a little more overwhelming. Because I mean, for me, sometimes it takes me a while to respond to people just because I'm working or I'm trying to edit other videos. Excuse me. But as long as you're communicative with people and just say, hey, you guys, I've noticed that there's a lot of comments that I haven't been able to get to. I apologize. Please know that I appreciate that you're, you know, just you communicate and you tell people that you still are there for them, even though you can't get to everything.
Yeah. Of course, not about, you know, answering. I'm 1 minute after the comment is posted. You know, sometimes it take 2 or 3 days because I just don't have time. Never. But you know, yeah, I agree with you. Like at least if you acknowledge that you're reading the comments, people will be like, at least I'm not wasting my time writing these comments. So it's good. That's why Q&As, I guess, are popular when people ask questions and the YouTubers answer them. Like, you know, you're like, yay, I'm on a video. Like, it's almost like you feel a bit popular.
Yeah, it's true. It's like a validation. Like you don't need to be validated that way, but it's still nice at the same time.
Yeah, I think you need to validate your subscribers. You know, I think that's so important on YouTube.
True.
You have to feel like they belong in a way. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it's like if you didn't have your subscribers, you're literally just talking to a camera on your own. And
yeah, exactly.
With that though, I have a question. So I always think it's weird, this is my personal opinion, when people say "I love you" at the end of their videos, and that's just my
Like the
personal thing.
YouTuber, or
Huh?
the actual YouTuber saying that in the videos. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I see it with like a lot of girls. Like, I watch a lot of makeup videos and stuff, and so like there's this one girl in particular, and I really like her videos. I think she's, you know, a really good makeup artist. But at the end, she's like, "Okay, bye. I love you guys as always. Like, my love, I love you." And I'm like, is that like, are we at this point in our relationship? Like, love is a strong word.
I guess like I love my boyfriend, but I don't love you. Like I don't know you.
Yeah. Or like, or is love just like how some people say, like they really appreciate you? Like, I wonder how other people view that, because I always, whenever someone is like, "Yeah, I love you guys," and I'm like, "You don't even know me. How do you know you love me? Like, we haven't even like had a first date or anything."
Should we be together on Facebook?
I know. Like, should we make it official?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit. I mean, personally, I don't do it. I tend to be more simple. I'm just like, see ya, or like, see you later. That's my thing now. I realize
That's
that.
so cute. I love that.
But I don't know. I guess it has a kind of girly connotation, but more girly when you do like makeup tutorials, kind of girly, like, you know, like beauty channels. I would associate that with it. And it seems to me, it sounds a bit superficial for me for someone to say that. It's a bit odd. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it personally. I don't love my subscribers. I really appreciate them, but I don't love them for sure. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, or it's like, do you, like, yeah, are they trying to show that they have a really, really strong appreciation, so they love you for what you're doing, even though they don't actually know you? Like, is it more of like the idea of you?
Yeah, I guess it's just a different way or meaning of love, I guess. You know, obviously they don't love subscribers, you know.
Yeah, but I'm on the same page where it's like, I don't feel comfortable saying I love you, and when other people say it, I'm always like,
like, me?
yeah,
Really?
yeah. You're only talking to me, and I feel so special. Yeah.
And then you realize they have like 10,000 subscribers, and you're not that special.
Yeah, that's where I feel like, do people ever feel cheated because they realize that they're saying it to everybody?
That's so funny.
That's kind of a dumb tangent, but I always think about that when someone says it. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so we talked about feeling about sub for sub, and like,
Yeah.
Oh, so like, this is kind of similar to something that Kid Kaiser said, but what draws you to other people's channels? Like, when you actually subscribe to a channel and you put that little bell notification on there, like, what do you look for? And that kind of helps like people who want to become YouTubers, like what they should strive for, I guess.
I think what I look for is not so much subscriber counts or views or anything, and I guess the quality is quite important, but it's more like how it's very hard to explain. I guess if I feel like the person is genuine and like they really mean to have good content, and you know, they can, yeah, as I said, like, you know, personality and comedy can be a good point, but I think it's more like if I feel like they really mean to have good content, and if I don't know how to explain better, but it's all about like, you know, what are their values, you know, as I was saying earlier, you know, like what kind of influence they have. And if I feel like it's really good content quality, there's a lot of work, and I don't know, I'm not being very clear, but it's all about like general reflection. That's not the right word in English, but like what they kind of show on video, I guess. It's not a very good answer. But
no, it is. Like, you connect with a person and then their quality of work, basically.
Yeah, but it's not just the quality of visual, it's also like the content as well. If you feel like, for example, Tana Monjo, that YouTuber I was mentioning earlier, like I would never subscribe to her because I think her content is trash and not worth watching. But if someone will actually, you know, show, they're not going to do it just for the money, they'll do it out of pure interest, and they're really passionate about what they're doing, that can really kind of make me click, basically, I guess. Yeah.
Kel said that if a person can make him laugh, he's sold.
No, that's true. I mean, I guess laughing is very important. That's why a comedy works very well on YouTube. You know, if it's funny, like that's why like if the thumbnail sounds funny or the title's a bit like a bit, I don't know, frivolous. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's a bit like, you know, funny and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you want to click on the video, so comedy works much more. I guess that's why possibly my channel will never be as popular as like channels that are more on comedy, because people want comedy, I think, on YouTube more than other stuff. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the idea I have, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, thanks, Why Neko. Content is important too. Yeah, I think comedy though is like when you can laugh at someone or with someone, or they can laugh at themselves, it makes you feel comfortable. Like, you know, laughing is something that is enjoyable, and so if you're able to do that, it's definitely engaging, because it, you know, like I watch a lot of things. Like right now we're watching a bunch of like tiny home videos, and one of the videos that, or the people that we like, it's this like French Canadian people, and we like watching them because their homes are amazing. They have like amazing content. But then one of the French guys, he's a big goofball, and he's just funny and like dorky. And so it's engaging to watch. Like, he's not a freaking comedian by any means, but he's goofy. Like, you feel, I don't know, he makes you feel comfortable as a viewer. He's not up there like, you know. Also the indie rock, and watching it's making it so good. Maybe we should have indie rock playing. Probably she's DJ for us.
But what you were saying, I think it's definitely important that like the comedy aspect, like obviously like I'm more likely, I think, to subscribe to a channel if it's going to be like comedy and stuff. But I think that for me, most of the time it's not like a formula, but I guess like there needs to be comedy, but also content, because I think when you watch a video, like you click on a video because you want to fulfill a need. Maybe you want to learn something, you want to entertain. That can be just the basic thing you go on YouTube for, but you know, it has to add something to your life. So if it's just comedy, and I don't know, I'm imagining like if there's a tutorial about making cupcakes, but it's only comedy but no content, and at the end you don't know how to make cupcakes, then you're not going to subscribe. You know, it was funny maybe, but then you might not want to watch the other videos, I guess. So I guess it's very subtle. You have to kind of have both in a way. But some YouTubers manage to make it without much comedy. So
that's true.
What's the secret? I don't know.
Well, I think it's like, you know, what you're doing, it's more of a niche, like it's an academic niche. But you still, you know, you still have a lighthearted personality. It's not like I'm going to a college class and
lecture.
like a lecture, and my professor's like super boring and professional. Like, I always liked going to my lectures where my professor threw in a laugh or threw in a giggle, or like their personality was a lot more approachable, I guess. So
I try to make my videos obviously quite serious, because the content is quite kind of academic. I wouldn't say I'm a linguist, but it's quite academic, I guess. But it's definitely important to kind of first of all, to retain your audience. You know, if it's just too monotonous, then it's boring. But also, I think it's important to show that it's not only serious. You can learn while doing something that's also pleasurable. You know, like laughing, for example. So I think it's important to have a bit of both. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
It's interesting how different people will implement in their videos comedy in very, very different ways. Some will be like trash humor. Some of them will be like more intellectual, subtle humor. So there's different. Interesting. It's another big topic on YouTube, comedy.
Exactly. That's so true. And then everybody has their different levels that they have mastered, and you kind of find what works and what doesn't work. And
part of the persona we're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's how you build your own personality on YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, that is very true. Let's see. Ooh.
Should we talk about the pet peeves, since we're talking about
that's a good one.
I actually had to look up the word pet peeves because I didn't know what this meant. It's fine. I'm learning English every day, even though I've been in England for 5 years. It's a great expression. I love it. Do you want to start maybe? Because I've started with the previous point.
Well, yeah, I guess, Yeah, so one of my pet peeves is the whole like I love you thing at the end.
Yeah.
Another one is like this is mostly girls and um when people are vlogging so like right here my camera's up here but I can't see it where it's at so I keep looking at like your the chair, something really dumb. But when they're vlogging and they have a flip out screen and they always look at their flip out screen or their monitor and they're staring at themselves and they're not talking to me or looking at the lens, I'm like,
This is
what? Yeah, I'm like, what? Don't talk to yourself. Like, I know, like, you're checking probably to see how you look. And then also, when girls stare at the viewfinder and do their hair and, like, check it out and, like, they leave that in there. They don't cut it out. I'm like, cut that. Why do I care to see you fixing your hair for, like, a good 30 seconds? Like, if you were just like, oh, what's going on? That's fine. I don't care. But if you're like,
just taking a break.
yeah, like,
yeah, that's definitely weird.
You have a cut tool for a reason. Like, cut that stuff out. Nobody cares. And so, yeah, I guess maybe it's like that point of vanity where I'm just like, why? Why are you? Or like they'll check out their face angle. They'll be like, and like do like the pout lip.
Thing.
Yeah, they're like, and I'm like, that's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, what do you think this is worth my time? Looking at you just doing your hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I guess it's something that would kind of, I guess, turn me off in a video. It kind of reflects on what I said earlier, is the idea that if the person isn't really talking about, it's not interesting, because interesting will mean different things to different people, but it's more like if there's no real value to their content, is it just kind of trash, or is it just like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm losing my my brain when I'm watching these videos. Like if I feel like it's too dumb, or kind of like, what? Like if it's not really clear what the purpose of the video is, it's just like, what the hell? Like, I don't know, I guess that's one of the things. But also definitely the personality as well. You know, if they don't come across as they're actually communicating with you, which to be fair is still something I'm working on. But I've improved, I think. Because my first video, I'm pretty sure I was looking at the screen, not at the camera, which is a rookie mistake, I guess. Happens. Maybe in 2 years I'll review my first video. But yeah, I guess, yeah, the personality, I suppose. Yeah, I actually took some notes. Yeah, again, I was saying, like, yeah, if I don't feel like the content sets a good example, I'd be like, so you're on YouTube, you have that power to kind of, you know, not transmit, but like, you know, pass on or whatever.
Broadcast.
Like, sorry?
Broadcast.
Yeah, broadcast. You know, show yourself, like, set an example, and you're doing something that's trash. It's not like positive. Like, why? Like, I just hate that, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think that'd be my thing. What about you?
See if there's any other. Well, Kid Kaiser said, "Are you as baffled as I am by people's fascinations with mukbang videos? Come on, people, don't talk with your mouth full." I think, let's look it up. I think it's when people eat on camera. But it's like, you ever see those girls that like, it's usually like Korean or Chinese, and they're like just shoveling noodles and stuff into their mouth. Like it's an insane amount of food that they're just shoving into their mouths.
But like, that's the whole point of the video.
Yeah,
eating.
I think it's a cake, actually. But let's look.
But there's a channel like that. A Japanese girl, like, she eats like tremendous amounts of food, like 70 sushi or something like that, or like big bowls of ramen.
Yes.
Is that the kind of thing?
I think so. Mukbang is online audiovisual broadcast when a host eats large quantities of food while interacting with their audience. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's Korean, it looks like, but I don't know if you can see in here. It actually shows like that girl.
Yeah, I've seen something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, I think on YouTube there's a lot of trash, in the sense that, and by trash I don't mean just bad content, I just mean like content that I feel like is kind of useless, but still people watch it.
Like reality TV.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry, like reality TV.
Well, kind of, yeah. I mean, for example, some people will vlog, and there will be a real point to it. For example, like you or Kel, like you talk about Japan, and it's interesting because you can discover Japan, the culture and stuff. But some of the people will just be like talking about themselves, like this is what I did this morning, this is what I'm going to do this afternoon. I'm like, you literally, the life is not even more interesting than mine. Like, why am I watching this? But people
Yeah.
like that. It's weird.
No, I mean, but Kel, like you said, my channel, but you're I don't know. There's a niche for it too, though, because like I enjoy watching stuff like that because maybe I'm trying to live vicariously in Japan. You know, like there is.
You're traveling.
Like, yeah, exactly. I feel like for me, like when I literally live in this small area of Los Angeles, I don't do a lot of stuff outside, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of curiosity in California. Maybe it's because it's everywhere in Hollywood, you know? Like when I do my vlog videos on LA related stuff, people are just like, eh.
Well, I mean,
I agree. I still do them, but yeah, they're definitely not as interesting for most people as, I don't know, specific things. And Japan seems to be a big thing. So
yeah. Yeah, like Japanese channels on Japan are like blowing up, aren't they? But yeah, there's so many like channels where you're like, why? Like even in a way, like BuzzFeed, the BuzzFeed channel. I mean, I guess it's very clickbaity, that's why it works. But in a way, I'm like, this is not even interesting. Like it's very stereotypical. There's not anything. Like it will ask people like, can you recognize the ethnicity of Asian people based on what they look like? It's like,
oh, I saw that one.
Like many kinds of crap like that. And like, what is the added value? Like, what is the point of that? If I don't know, if at least there was some kind of message at the end or like something really interesting.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Another video was like, after a month of doing what's the word, squats, like how like what's the difference between before and after? Like people just compared their bums. I'm like, what?
I'm totally interested in that stuff.
Sorry?
I'm totally interested in that because I'm like, do I really need to work out or do I not? Like, can I just sit here?
No, but at the end of the video, it's just people saying like, "Oh my god, like my butt looks so much better." I'm like, "Oh my god, like why am I watching this?" I mean, maybe it's only me, I'm sure people like that, but I don't know. It's a bit cringe for me, in my opinion. Sorry if I'm offending you.
You're not offending me at all. Oh my gosh, no, but I'm totally one of their viewers because I'm like, oh wow, that's amazing. Or like, I drink water for 30 days and see what it did to my body. I'm like, oh yeah. I
mean, having said that, I still watch these videos every now and then, but then I'm like, why? Why are you doing this, Kevin? Why? It's all pointless. I totally agree, though, Kevin. In all the craziness of my videos, I'm trying to promote a product that can help people, give them some kind of value. I think that's really important. I mean, it's fine to have part of your video which can be like not useless, but kind of like kind of pointless-ish. You're just talking about yourself, blah blah blah. But then, if at the end you're at least showing something, then at least your video has a positive impact. It's not just boring or like what's the word, like empty in content in a way, I think. So.
Yeah. That's true. Now I'm like reevaluating all of my videos. I'm like, God, I've had a lot of empty videos.
No, I mean, I don't think you have, first of all. I mean, I don't know.
No, it's okay if I have. I'm not.
No, I mean, we all have, whatever we put on YouTube, there's going to be people that will like it anyway. So sure. I can understand why some people will put some content that I would judge as useful or lacking content. But I lost my train of thought again. But no, I guess, whatever, like put whatever you like, but, it depends. Anything will have viewership, I think, in the end.
True. I mean, again, like going back to Logan Paul, we keep like buzzwording him, but it's true. It's like people will watch grass grow or they'll watch like the craziest crap. There's always a market for someone. You just have to decide what is your best, the best videos that you can put forward that you think are of value to people, or like most people seem like they're enjoying, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. So Samsies Elizabeth, what is Samsies about? Sorry, Kel, we have like a 2-minute delay.
Samsies, yeah.
What did I want to say? Oh, I had something. Oh my god, I keep losing my train of thoughts.
Okay. 5 a.m. is like catching up to me right now.
Is it 7 a.m. for you now? How are you feeling right now?
Oh, now it's 7. I'm feeling dehydrated, so I will drink some water. But then I'm like worried if I drink, then I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom and like pause out for a second. But
well, if we do, we'll have to. I mean, I definitely drink. I need to drink. We're talking a lot.
True. What else?
I don't know why, but I was like thinking of well, recently with the news there was this the YouTube shooting that I was telling you about the other day. And it was kind of interesting. Like, I didn't, first of all, I don't know much about the story. All I think that I know, is that this girl was posting videos on YouTube, and like she felt like YouTube wasn't listening to her for some reason. I mean, I think she was doing videos about being vegetarian or something like that. So like some people, like classic topics that people would be like, yeah, but you need to eat meat, and other people were like, yeah, but you don't eat meat. You know, like kind of like very controversial topics by definition. And then what happened is that she was annoyed about it. Oh my god, it really looks like you're drinking wine. It's hilarious. Love it.
I swear it's just water.
No, it's not water, I'm sure.
No, I can't be a 7 a.m. drunk. Oh my gosh.
Also, it's huge. I love it. But yeah, and then like she went to YouTube headquarters to like shoot people. I mean, I don't think anyone died, but they're still pretty traumatic, I think. But I don't know, like it made me think of the fact that a lot of people kind of think that YouTube owes us anything, but like people can forget that YouTube is just a platform. And in a way, I mean, I do agree, like, you know, sometimes there can be censorship and, you know, there can be some issues around that because it's a bit of a gray area where you can say and not say on the internet sometimes. But I was kind of surprised because I'm like, YouTube gives you a platform, but it's still, you know, whoever owns YouTube they have the right to do whatever they want with it. And if you don't agree with it, then just create your own platform, you know. But it's a bit odd. Like sometimes, you know, I don't know, I'm kind of in two minds because some people might say, you know, you should have the full right to talk about whatever you want, and monetization kind of goes, demonetization, sorry, goes against that right. But at the same time, like it's kind of, you have to accept that YouTube will set its own rules, I guess. I don't know how you feel about it. So that was a bit messy what I'm saying. But
No. I feel like, oh, I'm getting feedback.
Oh. Is that because of me?
I don't know. It must be. Do you hear it? Oh, it's
not really, no. Just some earphones, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, am I still on mute over here? Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird. Why would I all of a sudden?
You all right?
Are you getting feedback? Oh, he is too. What is happening?
We're hearing feedback.
Yep, he said yes, we're hearing feedback. Oh, hi, Mara.
Hello again, Mara.
What is happening?
Is Mara like Mara in Japan, or is it like another channel?
Say that again.
Is Mara Waka Mara in Japan, or
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's her. Right. Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh, I guess the feedback stopped, so maybe it was just confused. Shoot, now you were talking. Oh, you were talking about the
YouTube thing, yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think that there's like a relationship there because it's true, YouTube is a business, and so they have to it's like they have to put their best people forward, so they're always promoting, you know, their top people with like a bunch of subscribers. And sorry, I keep getting distracted. Mara said she changed her name. That's why.
It's hard to not look at the chat for a minute.
Yeah, it is. But it's also, you know, like when you work for somebody, you still, like if you're giving them good service, so like if you're giving YouTube good content, you expect them to take care of you at the same time. So it sucks when like the whole situation for, you know, people with under 1,000 subscribers get demonetized. Like, sure, I wasn't making millions of dollars, but it's when you do see like your first paycheck from YouTube, you're like, oh, that's very motivational. That makes me feel like there's some worth in what I'm doing. You know, I'm getting paid to give them content. I am potentially going to be making money for them because they're able to put these ads on my channel. So sometimes I feel like YouTube does not give as much as they get. But true, like it's definitely not worth going somewhere and shooting the place up because that's ridiculous.
Sure.
It's worth maybe writing a letter, you know, because it is, like you said, yeah, at the end of the day, it is their platform. They are the ones who created it. They are the ones who can make the rules. And basically what you have to do is band together maybe, and like everyone kind of come out and make a YouTube video or something saying like, this is what we have an issue with, and you guys have to all be the same, kind of like doing your own petition for YouTube to make any changes. I think that would be like the appropriate way of going about it. But yeah, I mean, there are things that it kind of sucks. Like you can only do certain like Cal has been mentioning it in his videos too, and I agree. Like I can't put up like a status update or something like I would on Twitter or Instagram with a picture unless you have 10,000 subscribers and so many views. It's like, well, that kind of sucks. Like, why do they get to do something like that? They're already making money, so why do they get to have that special perk? Whereas like I don't get to do it either. Like I still have people who would probably like to know status updates on something versus like following me on every single social media channel. Like why can't I centralize it all on YouTube, even though I only have 800 subscribers? You know, it's like.
Sorry, I kind of lost you. What do you mean about the updates?
So you can basically put a message on YouTube. Like, let me show you.
Oh, is that a new feature?
No, it's been out. I mean, it's been out for like several months now. So like this, Jimmy Fallon was able to do it. So this is not a video. This is just, focus. And it hates my life.
You can see bras.
I know, it's just booby. It's like one of those things that you don't like how to impact your bust size. Where? Anyway, here, from way far away. It's just a comment, basically. So,
it's on YouTube.
Yep.
Wow.
So they're able to make a post instead of a video.
That's great.
So Kel said, I feel so bad for her. Like something more intense had to be going on rather than just YouTube not paying attention to her channel. I wonder.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's quite sad because obviously I think it's not because of YouTube. I think, you know, I mean, many people are angry about many things in life, and doesn't mean they're going to go around shooting other people and committing suicide. So yeah, definitely there must have been something. I won't say wrong, but there's something happened for her to be in that state of mind. So it's quite sad for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. It's, I don't know. Yeah.
Depressing minute on the live stream.
Yeah. And I think I know as much as you do about it as well too, that what the news is saying so far is that she was upset and that's what happened. But yeah, there had to have been more mental illness or more like personal situations happening in her life that's how she handled with it. I'm not saying it's right or okay or anything, but it's gotta.
But was she popular on YouTube at all? Because I never heard of her. Was the YouTuber, like the woman that did the shooting, was she popular on YouTube at all? Do you know?
I've never heard of her. I don't even know who she was. So, but I also didn't know who Logan Paul was, and he has 16 million subscribers. So.
True. Yeah, I'm so glad you know about him, but I didn't miss out on anything, literally. I remember like watching his channel for like this latest video, and I was like, he was just like jumping around, screaming, being like very laddie, you know. And I was just like, oh, I watched 1 minute of your video and I feel tired and drained. It's too intense.
What did you call him? Very laddie?
Like lads.
Like a lad? Oh my gosh, like bro, like he's broing it out.
Yeah. It's literally like, just like his mates, like then a huge villa, and they were like drink from last night, walking around shirtless, and like I don't know, it was really like a cliche of university lads. You know, it's just like
Oh, we call them frat boys here.
oh, frat boys. There you go.
That's so
Well,
funny.
it's a Britishism, I think.
Yes, I love it. That's awesome.
Do you use lads in America at all?
No.
Oh, right.
Mm.
It's like lads, like like mate, or like the bros, I guess.
Yeah. No, I think everyone knows. I mean, I can't speak for everyone. That's not true. But I think people would know what a lad was, but they would assume it's more of like a British term.
I think it's British for sure.
Yeah, like laddie or laddie boy or something. Yeah. Young lads.
Like very common say, "You're right, lads."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we don't say that.
So, Kid Queso, if you started a second YouTube channel, what would the theme be? First of all, I'm not sure I will create a second channel anytime soon because I'm so busy. But if I did, good question. I think maybe I would do a channel where I talk about random topics. Maybe random Kate. No, I'm joking.
There you go. Yeah.
It would be interesting to just react to different topics, like just as they come up in my mind, but that would be very vloggy, and maybe there would be a bit of a channel with not much content to it, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting to be like, okay, so today I'm going to talk about, like, I don't know, the price of iPhones versus price of other phones. I don't know, just like random crap like that.
Well, isn't that, I'm not sure, I don't ever watch his channel, but isn't that what like Philip K. Dick or whatever, Philly D or whatever, isn't that what he does, where he talks about current events and whatever's on his mind?
I'm sure there's many channels like that, so I wouldn't be the first one.
Yeah, but it's still,
I guess.
yeah.
What about you? I mean, you do have a second channel technically, but if you could create another one.
Advertising. It's called Castine Elizabeth. It's a tech channel, so a lot of your camera and YouTube questions could be answered over there. It's linked here.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. I thought about that, and I watched other people. You know how like Charlotte in Japan has Charmander, and then there's like Peach Milky, and then she has like Peach Milky vlogs or whatever.
June and Rachel and June, they have another channel as well.
Yeah, they have like 40 channels.
Where's the time?
You are Submara. But so I think the only benefit of that would be monetary, and after you have over like 100,000 subscribers, because all of those people who are watching you on this one channel will then migrate over to another channel. So when you have multiple channels, they will generate you multiple streams of revenue type of thing.
Yeah.
That's so much work at this point. Like when I have to have a full-time job plus doing YouTube, like that's not even something that I can think about right now.
Yeah, I guess you have to be full-time, but also I would consider whether you're doing can't find my words. If you're not doing quantity over quality as well, I suppose, which can be, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, sorry, I was reading Kel's comment.
All right, okay.
Sorry.
It's from the trance.
Oh my gosh, I literally can't read something and listen at the same time. I'm so bad.
I'm hiding the window, and then I look. I'll read Kel's comment in a second.
No, tell me what you said again.
Breaking the rules and doing something just because I basically have made channel for several channel. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I guess. I mean, I agree with you. I think to have another channel, especially usually like the second channel is the vlogging channel. It seems like that's the kind of pattern. Have a main thing and then have like a vlogging channel. I think, well, I mean, I don't know if I would ever do that if I had the possibility or the time, but I don't know. It could be interesting. I guess it can be nice when you have a bigger audience to, share elements of your personal life. But then I think I've got personally an issue with vlogging. For me, not vlogging in general, but like it would be that, how much do you share, and like, is it actually interesting? Like, if I just end up talking about, this morning I woke up at 7:30 and I ate like yogurt and blah, 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 like, I don't know if I would like to do that. So I guess it just, depends on people.
Yeah. I think, again, like the more subscribers you have, the more people would be interested in your daily life. And like I said, right now, I do the same thing as Kel, where it's like I have Sundays are supposed to be my more like Japan-centric videos. I've totally fallen off my schedule, but and then during the week, oh my God, it's so. What is wrong with 2018?
Let's not even talk about this. This time is.
Okay. we won't talk about it. But my other ones were supposed to be more like a vlog type of thing. And I feel like, yeah, like it wouldn't be smart to have a vlogging channel at this point because the amount of views I get on my vlog channel stuff versus, or on my vlog stuff versus the amount of stuff that I get on my Japan stuff is like, the ratio is extreme. I get like maybe 60 views on the vlog stuff and then way more, like just way more on Japan related stuff. So I don't think it would behoove me. But a lot of those people who do the 2 separate channels also end up kind of abandoning one of the channels because they end up putting it back all onto one channel anyway because they realize that they don't have enough content to maintain 2 channels. It doesn't make sense.
So I'm laughing because I'm looking at the feedback and I keep doing that with my hands, which is kind of weird. I don't realize I'm doing it anyway.
I actually had to hide that so I didn't see that because I also was like this too, and I was like, what am I doing?
But I agree. I think many YouTubers like they kind of tend to they have their main channel, then another channel, and then like they tend to forget about one for 3 weeks, then they focus on the other one, and then back and forth. And I think to be fair, it's quite hard to maintain that balance, you know, not having 2 channels. One is a pain, to be honest, to start with. So having 2 may be quite challenging, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, time is quite hard to manage, and it's frustrating sometimes when I can't put out a video every week. But I have to accept that, you know, whatever. It's something you need to accept as young YouTubers because we're not full time. But yeah, I mean, regularity is definitely a challenge.
Yeah,
for sure.
it is. Cal said, my goal is not only to challenge myself, but also to see what exactly my audience is like after a year of doing it and stick with it. Yeah. It sucks because it's like you want to put out content that you enjoy making, but at the same time, you wouldn't have a channel if it wasn't for your viewers. So you kind of also have to do stuff for your viewers. And it's like, it becomes kind of like this catch-22 because you're like, I want to make what I want to make, but I also want to make what you want to watch. And so.
Yeah, that's true, actually. I guess, I mean, I think, especially when we start, I think personally, I try to do different things and kind of test and see what works, what doesn't work, and blah, blah, blah. So you kind of still test and trial, I think, the first few years, or, you know, especially when you don't have many subscribers like us. But then I think whatever I do, I like to think that I do it for other people, of course, because I want to think of my channel as a helpful channel, but also whatever I put, also enjoy doing it. And there's been a few times when there was like 1 or 2 videos where I did them for people and not really for me, and I didn't like it. So I tend now to do only things that I like, but hopefully taking into account the viewers as well. So it's kind of gauging everything, I guess. That's true. I don't think you would want to do a channel only for people and then not enjoying what you're doing, kind of doing it mechanically, if you will. Just like, oh, they were like this, let's do it. They were like this, let's do it. And not actually doing what you enjoy.
Well, yeah, because then you become disingenuous as well as you're making it.
And it kills the creativity as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about your channel?
Okay, I have to take a quick pee break. I'll be right back. You chat. I'll be right back.
I'll answer Kid Kaiser's question.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So what about your channel would you like to improve on? Video quality, lighting? Good question. I think as a YouTuber, there's so many things I'd like to improve. I guess, well, definitely the video quality, I'd like it to improve, but also would like to, maybe I think what I would like to improve on is kind of like not so much the video, but the things outside of the video. I'm not really making sense right now. But what I'm trying to say is like, I'd like to be better with like lighting, having better gear, better camera, like better editing skills. So it's not so much like the way I look on video in a way, or like, you know, how I communicate or the ideas. It's more like the gear that I have, I guess, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think that's definitely something I'd like to improve on, but it's difficult because I guess the constraint is money in that case. So yeah, Mara, anything with a cat I'll watch. I have to say cat videos are great. There's so many cat videos. Have you watched the cat video with the cat messing with a printer? I don't know if you watched that.
Oh,
yeah,
that was funny.
When you were away. I'm so good at that.
Oh my gosh. I also love those cat videos. There's one I follow, I think it's called like the Pet Collective or something.
Mhm.
And they always have so many funny videos on there. Oh, yeah, it is the Pet Collective. So what did you say, Kevin? I totally missed it because I was gone.
That's right. So I was answering Kase's question about what aspect of your channel I would like to improve, and I was saying like I'd like to improve more. Well, I think aside from having more money to be able to afford it, is like to kind of have better gear, like improve my lighting skills and like the editing as well. Is like something I like to improve. But there's so many things you can improve on YouTube, which is why it can be frustrating sometimes, but also kind of motivational, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. So what would you improve on your channel?
On mine, I mean, it's perfect. So I just kidding. Not at all. I feel like interesting content is something that I would improve upon. I feel like there's so many things that when I watch other people's things, I'm like, oh yes, I love that. I want to make a video about that too. Or like, I want to do this or this or this. But presenting it in a way that people really enjoy, I think is something I want to work on. Like, so I guess that would go into editing and I guess maybe delivery a little bit. Like some people are so good at engaging the customer, or not customer. Oh my gosh, I work in retail.
It bleeds on you.
Yes, it does. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I agree. Like I always have this feeling whenever I do a video at the end of it, like, I mean, I'm happy with the video. I mean, don't get me wrong, but there's always something like, I'm like, oh, I could have done this a bit better, or this, if only this was better, or like, you know, there's always little things, which I think is important to have, because I think if your videos were always perfect, or at least for you on your own point of view, you would feel like blasé over time. You'd be like, oh, yeah, it's perfect, I'm not improving anymore. But I think that's what you have to accept. And I don't think that, and I think that's why YouTube is not for everyone. It's because there's always something you can improve on. You have to accept the fact that you never will be perfect. So you will never be perfect. There's always going to be improvement and room for improvement, I think. So can be good and bad. I don't know. It depends.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's true too, because like I'll watch an old video just to make sure everything went okay on YouTube, because sometimes you upload and then you'll notice that half of your audio is gone or something, and so
I was throughout a few times.
Exactly. But then yeah, you notice things, you're like, oh, okay, next time I could have done this, or I could have like added a sound effect here, or I could have cut that entire thing. You know,
I could have not made that video at all.
Exactly. I've deleted so many videos where I'm like,
have you?
Yeah.
Which ones and why?
A lot of my earlier videos, partly because it didn't seem like anybody watched them, so they didn't really care. So I was like, well, okay. And then some of them just because it's like in combination with nobody watched them, they were also just terrible. Like not something that I want representing me as a creator, you know, like I'm like, you're better than that. You should do better. So
I guess you evolve as well. So sometimes, you know, things you've posted before, they're not really relevant with what you're doing now. So some people will hide the videos or delete them or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've seen that too, where people is like their videos are private because they don't want them anymore, or they just want it to be there for their family or something. But then that brings me into another topic that I wanted to talk about is stealing from other people's things. Like, I think that, I mean, this happens in TV and movies too. Like nothing's original. No idea is original. And I think it's completely appropriate to steal to an extent. Like if you copy a video, like, for example, I saw this video where the thumbnail was this girl holding a pair of underwear and going like this. And it was like top 10 hacks for feminine hygiene. And it had like 1 million views. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. And then I kid you not, I scrolled down, and a little bit further down, there was another girl who copied the exact icon, exact title, and was gaining views on that. She didn't have as much because she wasn't the original person making that. But I was like, okay, that's not okay. You're copying too much. But if you copy someone's edit, like if you copy this thing, or you copy like
I did that with you actually. She used to do that. I stole it. Well, I stole it, I guess.
Exactly. Or like you do like a snap and like all of a sudden you're changed location, or you're, you know, whoever you took that from, that was not their original thing. They took it from someone else, and they took it from someone else, or someone's music that they're using in something. They're not, they weren't the first person to use that music. I mean, maybe Casey Neistat is the first one who used that, like Khalid Jakim or whatever his name is. His stuff, he kind of did set a lot of standards, but since then you'll notice that people just, they copy the crap out of that. But the reason they do that is because it's successful. And I think it's completely appropriate to do that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's no. I remember like on my videos, you know, the way I end the outro. Is that the word in English? Outro.
Outro.
Outro. That's the one. Sorry, my English is bad today.
Oh my god, I loved it. The outro. I'm using that now.
Sorry, that's my French pronunciation. Outro. So the outro, like I kind of copied it from a channel of a French YouTuber. So I mean, I don't recommend it because I guess most people don't speak French, but she does like personal development things, and like I kind of copied the way I end my outro, which is like, you know, talking, and then like the music gradually comes up, and then like sometimes like it becomes blurry, so that the kind of, it's the same style. And I remember like she commented on one of my videos, not commenting on that specifically, but when she commented, I was like, oh my god, she's gonna think I copied her, and I felt quite bad. I was like, oh, like I copied your outro, like I just loved it so much. I mean, I hope it's fine with you, otherwise I won't do it again, or something like that. And then she was like, oh, I didn't even notice, but that's fine, you know, I copied it from someone else. I was like, well, that's exactly highlights what you said, you know, you just inspire yourself from different things. So,
yeah, you take what you like from someone else's video and you incorporate it. Like Kel says, I agree. And then Mara said, I hid most of my earlier videos. And then, oh, that's nice. They said the girl with the nice video. Well, that's all Cassidy.
So
but
sweet.
like, you know, like,
right though.
Yeah, if you see someone's video and you're like, I like the way that looks, like how they lit that. Like Kel, when he does that cool, his one wallpaper, that looks really cool. And then it's like really vignetted around the sides and the lighting is really nice in the middle.
The fisheye thing.
No, maybe. I don't know. Yes, but you know what I'm talking about, like his videos. Yeah. But it's cool. It's a cool look. And I feel like someone might see that and be like, I really like that setup. I'm also going to do that setup or something similar. Or I saw this girl, she's called Glamour and Gore. Her name's Nikki or something. She's a makeup artist, but like special effects. She used like a corrugated metal behind her. And I was like, oh girl, I'm stealing that as soon as I can find corrugated metal.
Yeah. But I think it's all about, like, you know, if you inspire yourself from other people, is different from copying. There's there was a big something went viral in France. Was I think 3 years ago. There was a YouTuber called Matt Podcast, and he copied like an American YouTuber. I can't remember his name, but on Facebook he was super popular because he was doing lip syncing to very popular songs in the car. It was like doing like weird things with his face and stuff. I can't, something with I can't remember. Maybe if I can I'm gonna mess it up. I'm not sure. I guess like lip syncing. Lip syncing. I think I can find his channel. Or maybe I don't. Anyway, but yeah. Anyway, it was like just a guy like doing funny videos and stuff, and like he was doing I don't know. He was doing videos about like dating or like just, you know, podcasts, basically like very quick comedy videos. And a French YouTuber copied his videos like scene by scene, like from the door closing at the same time. Like saying exactly the same thing, but like translated into French. And like at some point, people found out, he got exposed for it, and he got like such bad publicity because he was literally doing the same thing, like exactly the same. Like you could compare the two videos, and it was just the same thing, but in French. Like it was crazy, and the guy obviously got annoyed. Then eventually they made peace, whatever. But that kind of ruined his reputation. Like, and now like his channel, he has a followership, but like. Yeah, like it just didn't look good on him. So I guess it's, you know, inspiring yourself from others, but not copying, because why are you copying? You're just doing the same thing. What's the point?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, being inspired versus straight up copying someone. Agreed.
Yeah, definitely. for sure. I
Yeah.
think it's important to inspire yourself from other people. Like sometimes, you know, that thing with my hand, for example, and I took that from you because I liked it. But I think it's important. It's good, you know, you can inspire yourself from other people, but you're not doing the same thing. So I think that's okay. I don't have an issue with it.
Right. Yeah. I guess it's like taking elements that you enjoy and incorporating them into your own thing.
Yeah,
For sure.
It seems to work, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
like.
often yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. And often what you're stealing is never something that the person put a lot of work in doing. Like, you know, when you do that, it's not, it didn't cost you anything, you know, it was just a little effect, I guess.
And like you said, that girl took it from someone else, and it's pretty much how it works. It's like the original idea is so far down the line and everybody else has done something similar, or they have borrowed, and it's like you borrow and improve upon, or you borrow and like incorporate it in a different, you know, it's all about how you put it in there. But like I told Cal, I was like, I'm totally stealing some of your editing. I haven't done it yet, but he like has been doing like those funny things where he has like a saying and he's like, bah, 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 and he like puts it in there and then he flips his screen upside down and all that stuff. And I'm like, that's super fun and it's super engaging. And I was like, I might steal that. I told you. I told you.
No, I think it's good. I mean, you know, whenever I go on YouTube, I look at the way people say, or like how they start their videos, drinking wine again, how they start their videos. I'm joking, she's not drinking wine. So yeah, so, you know, like I watch videos, I'm like, oh, I like the way they do it, or like, you know, like the specific phrase they use, or like the, you know, like different bits and bobs, and I like doing that. It's great. And I wouldn't have no issue someone like just copying something, maybe the way I do my thumbnails, which you probably shouldn't copy because it's not that good. I'm getting there. But, you know, like, it's okay, I think. I wouldn't mind that, you know.
Steal it and use it.
Steal what, though, Kale? Kel, sorry. I keep calling him Kale. It's so weird. I'm so sorry, Kale. I don't know why I'm struggling with this. There's some names I always struggle to pronounce for some reason.
It's so funny. He's like, yeah, Kale. Oh my God, I just called him salad.
I just called him the name of a vegetable.
Vegetable. Oh God, so funny.
So funny.
Yeah.
Wow, it's almost been on for like 3 hours. Damn.
Oh my God.
Imitation can be a high compliment. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think whenever I copy someone, like they should take it as a compliment, I think.
Yes, I was going to say that as well.
Oh no, Kale. Everyone calls you Kale, don't they?
He tries. He corrects himself.
Oh dear.
Oh man. Speaking of Kel, he just uploaded a video, so you guys should go check it out.
Sorry, what?
He said, speaking of Kel, he just uploaded a video, so you guys should go check it out.
I'll make sure our stream. Add on my watch later list, otherwise I will definitely forget.
Yeah. Let's see, we covered a lot.
Yeah, and we didn't really look at it much, did we?
It kind of all sort of naturally came about, which is good.
Yeah, thank you for all the great questions, guys, and comments.
Yeah, thank you so much.
What is your best experience on YouTube so far?
Yeah, and then also say how has it benefited you. We'll just combine those two.
Yeah. Should I start? I'm asking the question, answering it straight away. Very pretentious. But I guess one of my best experiences was, and I'm not trying to say that to flatter you, but I think like meeting people like you on YouTube is like great, because like we're exchanging, and I like this kind of idea of solidarity and kind of working together. I don't know, I think it's great fun. And also making that show with Jeremy, which not many people watched, but it didn't matter. Like it was just a fun experience for me to like, you know, just meet people. And I think meeting other people and what's the word? English, interacting with them, like it's I love doing that, you know. It's just great, I think. Yeah, I think that's the benefit. And also just learning about many different things on YouTube, like editing videos, communicating, having social media, like just so many skills you improve on, I think, when you do YouTube. So I guess that's my answer.
Yeah, I feel like mine's pretty much.
Yeah, we'll answer that in a second.
Okay, yeah. Excuse me, I feel like mine's pretty much the same, because it's really cool meeting people that I wouldn't have met otherwise. And there have been you know, basically like the people who are watching and you, like there's like a pretty strong core of people who we've really supported each other and we've really had each other's backs, and that's
So glad we
cool.
did, though.
Huh?
So glad we did.
I know, but it's cool because it just happened, and it was like it was, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but it's really neat how it formed out of that, and you create these bonds with people who you don't know unless you move to Japan and you can meet everybody that you are talking to. But yeah, that's so cool. And it's like you have no reason to like trust or be my friend or anything like that, but like here we are doing this, and like we chat on the side of this, you know. It's like it's so cool. I really love that.
Yeah. Also, like, because YouTube is such a niche thing to do. Like, you don't know many people on real life, you know, around you that do YouTube. So it's kind of a nice way to connect with people that do the same thing as you, and you can kind of be like, you know, sometimes we're like, oh my God, Elizabeth, I can't be bothered to do a video, blah, blah, blah. And you like, will kind of relate to different things. So I like doing it as well.
I totally agree.
Because you get me, you know?
Yeah, and how is it benefited? I think for me, I think it's given me something that I'm sticking to, and I feel like I have control over, as far as like with acting, you have to audition. You have no control over it. You basically, all you can do is show up. With this, it's like it all depends on me. Like everything falls on me. So I control my success based on putting videos out and putting good content out, or like try to put good content out, you know, like it's very rewarding, I guess.
You don't have to be famous to do that as well. So that's great.
Say that again?
And you don't even have to be famous to do that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And yeah. Definitely, yeah.
So
And I think it's gonna. Sorry, go for it.
No, I just said so it helps you grow. So keep going.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna sound sad, but I don't mean it to be sad. But I think YouTube, in a way, has kind of given me some purpose in life. It's not that my life was empty and boring, but it kind of gives me something to work towards. And I like the fact that it makes me be productive rather than just, you know, lying on my fat ass on the couch and just, you know, watching TV and eating crap. Sorry?
I said you're so skinny. Shut up.
I don't know. I'm so fat. No, I'm kidding. But you know, like I like the fact that it gives you a bit of purpose, and I don't know, it's just creative. I like the fact that it keeps me busy. I think that's really something I like. So it kind of brought me that kind of more meaningful meaning in my life in a way. But I don't mean that I was sad before. But you know what I mean. I think.
Yeah, it does. It definitely. Mara says she agrees. But
yeah, I'm glad you agree, Mara. I just put myself doing that on the camera on the feedback.
Oh my God.
Like a minute ago.
I know you're gonna see it like in 2 minutes again. Mara said it gave her a purpose when she needed it most in life. So yeah, I think with that too, like, I mean, Mara, excuse me, I don't know if you would agree. Wow, I'm not getting choked up, but I'm getting choked up. I'm sorry. But you know, when in your particular situation, it's nice because you probably found like a sense of community too, which probably helps kind of just like, you know, it makes you feel more supported when you probably need support at certain times in your life, which is good.
And to be fair, I think it gives you, I mean, I'm not saying that in a sad way, but like it can make you feel like you belong in another group, which can be cool. I guess I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I like the fact that I'm kind of in the center of attention. Not that I'm an attention seeker in general, but it's quite nice to be, you know, like having my own channel and people like, you know, like liking my content and getting feedback on it. And people saying like, "Oh, I love your content." It's kind of rewarding, and it's an ego thing, I guess. It would be, you know, I mean, I think it's not something that's what's unhealthy because you know, I don't live for YouTube, but you know, I kind of like to have this aspect. You know, it's something that can be interesting. I don't know if you feel the same or.
Yeah, no, I think that's totally natural, and I think anybody who says otherwise is lying, because it does.
That's the truth about YouTube.
Well, no, but it does. You can't deny that it feels good to be liked or to feel like you belong to something that you enjoy, you know?
Mm.
So if you said like, I don't care how many like likes I get or how many people say nice things on my video, because I love it. Whenever someone says something nice on my video, I'm just like, thank you so much. That is,
Yeah.
it's so awesome, and it makes you feel really good. So yeah, I agree. Like, and then it is part of your ego, because it does make your ego feel better.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah, and I think if you didn't want that attention, then maybe you wouldn't do YouTube videos. I guess maybe.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose. Yeah.
Or maybe
Cassidy,
you wouldn't have, there wouldn't be as much of a point to do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure, but
I think that definitely plays into it. We were talking last night, and I was like, am I crazy because I'm doing YouTube? Like, do you have to be a little bit crazy to do YouTube? And I think you do, in a sense. Like, there's, because you are putting yourself out there, you're putting yourself in front of people. Not everybody's doing this, so there's probably like a little sense of like, you
special
know,
stuff.
yeah, yeah, but like also not to that extreme extent. Like, some people are really extreme, and some people live to have that camera in their face, and they do extreme things because they are seeking that attention extremely, versus like, I think most of us are just kind of like, it's fun, it's something we enjoy doing, and it is, you know, like,
Yeah, and I guess these people are not healthy to start with. I mean, mentally, you know, if they need YouTube to feel good about themselves, then it's a bit of an issue, I think. But anyway, I'm not a therapist, so we can talk about this, but that's my opinion.
Well, you were going to go into it, so you should.
Yeah, when I was 5 or 8 or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm such a specialist. Oh my god, that's gonna be my second channel, therapy.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. You're like, yes, tell me about.
So you have depression. You're screwed. Just give me horrible advice.
Lock yourself in your bedroom. Oh, that was something about like the validation and stuff. Like dislikes. The whole dislike button kind of baffles me, because you can just go through and kind of troll people and give them a dislike. And I don't really know how that helps or hurts you when people give you a thumbs down, but I have videos where I get thumbs down, and I think part of it, I think there's just one person out there doing it, and they just go through and make an attempt to like dislike all of my videos because of like a personal reason or something. But I feel like if you dislike a video, I feel like you should have to say why you disliked it, because if you disliked it because you didn't like the content or something, then let me know so I can improve, you know? Or if you, dislikes and hate comments are good. Yeah, it does mean that people are watching you.
Yeah, apparently it means also is good for the algorithm. Apparently, yeah, engagement, as Kel said. So apparently it's a good thing, but I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, carry on.
No, I do. I'm not disliking the dislike button for that reason. It's more like
my exception.
Yeah, well, because I just want to know why. I'm like, what can I do? Or like, or are you just being a dick? Like, tell me.
I think, to be fair, I think people dislike, they usually try to just be a dick, and they think it hurts your channel, but actually it doesn't.
Oh, maybe.
It's good for you, you know. They think they are hurting you, but actually, you know, helping you. So
give me all the thumbs down that you can. Yeah. Well, that's funny, because this is different in like.
I was like, peace.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't ever do this. That's
it's
so
like, well.
Yeah, but I know what it means.
It's better than the middle finger, I guess.
Yeah. I love it. Anytime I get a hate,
I love that.
That's awesome. That's a good way to handle it.
When I get a hate comment, what I try to do now is I'm a bit of a troller. So like they'll say something like offensive, and I'm like, oh, what do you mean? I'll just make them write stuff. So I'll answer very short stuff, just to first of all get more comments on the video, and then just waste their time when I don't actually care. I did that with a comment. They were like, oh, but Kevin, that's not really a French name. I was like, oh, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, but I was like, okay, but do you think this then? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. So how about this? And I just make them write comments. I'm such a troll, but it's deserved, I think.
Well, yeah, if they're trolling you, why not? Oh my gosh.
But I do agree, like, as Kel said, like, sometimes I would like to know why, but at the same time, I don't really care, because I think you could easily fall into the trap of just, thinking of, oh, why do they not like my video? What am I doing wrong? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, to be fair, I've got like subscribers increases every day. So that means, there's people that will like my content, that will keep liking it. So surely I'm doing something right. And if there's one person that doesn't like it, then, it's like that phrase that says, like, you can be the juiciest, ripest peach of them all, but there's always someone that doesn't like peaches, and I think that's true. It's such a cheesy quote. But,
like it.
like, some people, gonna dislike, people are gonna dislike what you do. And I try not to care too much about it. It hasn't affected me so far anyway. So I don't know how you feel about it. Does that kind of discourage you at all, or?
No, not at all. That totally makes sense. I just, when I see them on like you said, like I made a video about the color pink, and it's like someone dislikes it. It's like, what are you disliking about this? It's such a generic, non-offensive, non-whatever. Like I'm ticking off all these things that it's not. So like where you're coming from, but I agree. Someone probably hates the color pink. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know for my my video on weird things about England, which actually it has gone kind of viral because it got like 5,000 views. I don't know why, how it started really. But anyway, but it got like 10 dislikes. And I'm just like, meh. It's just people that, as I said at the beginning, they don't get the idea that I'm not dissing British culture. Because guys, I live in England. Like, how would I diss English culture if I hated it? Like, France is near. I can literally just go home and not pay a rent. you know, like it's just where people just assume a lot of things, but. Yeah, I mean, some people just don't get the message or what you're trying to convey, I guess.
Yeah, and some people are angry.
Yeah, and some people just are angry, and they just use you as your punching bag. They're like, oh, that's I'm gonna dislike this, and they think they're gonna hurt you because they feel bad, and actually you don't give two Fs about it, really. Yeah. Like your life goes on. Whatever.
Yeah, that's so true. Back to Kel's question: are we gonna do YouTube forever?
Yeah, I almost forgot the question. I don't know. I kind of think about like how long I see myself on YouTube, and I kind of think yes, because I keep getting subscribers, so it motivates me to carry on. Because if I've got one subscriber, let's say every day or every 2 days, that means I will get more and more and more. So that means I'm doing something good. Therefore, that motivates me. And whenever people say, "Oh, I like your videos," or like this and that, like it just motivates me. So I'm like, why not? If I keep getting let's call it success on YouTube. Yeah. I think so. Why not? Unless at some point it clashes with my life for some reason. But for now, I'd like to carry on for a bit. Yeah, I like it. What about you, girl?
I agree.
I do like an American accent. Girl.
Girl. Yeah, that was a good American accent. Yeah, I agree. I think that this is, if I can keep creating, being creative in this aspect, it's something that I would like to do, and I would like to eventually make it like my full-time thing. Like if we move to Japan, I have plans for that. If we stay here, I have no plans, but like I'll figure it out type of thing. But it is something that I would like to continue on with. And I'm hoping, like with our tech channel too, I'm hoping that will become better.
Yeah. I'm the same. I think I don't know if I will like to be full-time. I don't know. I imagine that if you only do YouTube, it can become quite lonely in the sense that you work from home. I mean, I don't know, maybe for other people it might not be an issue, but it's something I kind of think in the back of my mind. But I would definitely like to be at least part-time or get some money off YouTube, not because I'm greedy or I just want money, but because you live off. Sorry,
I said it's just helpful in life.
Oh, yeah, it does help for sure. Yeah, but it'd be nice to have some income based on something that you like, and it just gives a bit of change in your life. So I would definitely like to do it part-time, and kind of because I like languages and that kind of stuff. So I think YouTube can help me to do languages in another way. So it opens doors, I think, YouTube. So I think that's why it's great.
Yeah, very true. Yeah.
So would you actually like to be part-time or full-time? Have you thought about it?
I think full-time would be ideal, but coming up with content and coming up with stuff for that long, I think would be hard. I mean, I look at other people and what they're doing, and it's it seems like some people have been able to be successful with not doing extreme things, but then it's like I look at other people and just like the amount of money they had to spend on that video, it's like, oh my God, that's crazy. Like I'm flying first class to wherever, and unless you're getting sponsored or unless you're getting it comped or something, like that's a lot of money for a YouTube video. If you're not
with, yeah, for sure.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you hope it pays off eventually.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trolling on the chat.
You are? I'm trying to look.
I missed that something, sorry.
Oh, I can't see, my screen is all messed up. But I have to pee again. I had Did you see how much water I've been drinking?
How much wine? Water.
Water.
This is definitely wine. I think Elizabeth, in fact, is drunk right now. I don't know if you guys get that, but whenever I drink too much, I tend to go to the bathroom like every 10 minutes, and that's what she's doing right now. I'm just trolling her. But yeah, I think, YouTube, I think the difficult thing about YouTube is that like you have to invest a lot of money, I guess, into your gear, and then like, eventually you hope that it will bring you money and then, it will pay off. But I know for now that's, I guess, what limits me is to not have the gear that I wish I had. Actually, speaking of gear, like Kel, I'm quite curious, like how did you fund your gear? Like, did you just use your own money? Did you just happen to have gear for whatever reason? Because I actually wondered if you were not in cinema or doing cinema things, because your editing sometimes kind of looks cinema-ish. So yeah, I was asking Kel if he how he got his gear, basically.
Oh,
asking about the gear.
Did he respond yet? No, he hasn't responded.
Yeah, I guess in 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, gear is, it's annoying because when you're first starting out, depending on where you're at in life, you might not have the budget to do big cameras and fancy lenses, and he said he bought it himself.
Okay. How did you fund it, if that's not a personal question? I'm curious. Maybe that might help me. Sorry, I'm going to eat as well.
Thank you. Oh my God, I feel like I should eat something too.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Do you have chocolate?
No, it's almonds. I'm so vegan. Oh my God.
Look at you being healthy.
I love nuts.
And do you?
Hashtag not what I meant.
Not what I meant. Oh my gosh, I feel like I should get a cheese steak. I'll be right back. Kel, answer the question.
Go on, Kel, waiting. So I'm just gonna have a snack break from it. Also, I started YouTube because I knew from my future career I wanted to be a video producer, and I've gained so much knowledge just by teaching myself. That makes sense. I finally buy credit cards. Fair enough. So you earn money, basically. Whoop. I lost my almond. No. Anyway. Then pick that off. Fair enough. We should all eat together. Oh my God, I love the idea of like having a live stream when you just eat together and talk about random stuff. Oh my God, that's a new channel concept. Here you go.
Where we just eat?
We eat and talk about stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then we do that word that I didn't know earlier, like people eating on YouTube.
Oh, mukbang.
Mukbang, we do that. The live stream.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because I actually, when people are eating, which I shouldn't show you my food in my mouth, but when people eat on television, I love it. Like in an actual TV show, like they're having an apple or something. I'm always like, ooh, I like the way that you're talking, and then I also like the food that you're eating, so now I want to eat that food.
Mukbang bitches, yeah, I know, right?
Ooh, Mara, I'm so jealous. You want to do mukbang? Gross. I mean,
so what would you do? What would you eat, Kel?
Yeah. What would you mukbang?
I kind of did it on my first vlog in Japan when I was eating like sushis. Oh my God, just thinking about Japanese food just makes me want to go to Japan so badly.
Oh.
The food is the best. Oh my God. Like I've tried so many sushis and like ramen here in Europe, well, in England, and like the flavor is just so much more bland. It's crazy. And I sound very like pretentious, pedantic, I guess, when I talk to other people about it because they haven't been to Japan. But I'm like, the food is so much better than and they're like, come on, Kevin, like shut up, it's fine. Stop bragging. But it's so true though, you know that, right?
Yeah, yeah, so good.
Pizza.
Did you say Hitler?
I said pizza, sorry.
Oh,
That'd be awkward.
really weird just thing to like throw out.
I haven't tried pizzas in Japan actually. There's so many things I didn't try. I wanted to try also French food in Japan, but I think it's expensive.
Is it?
So, well, I think it's about like each meal would be like 2,000 yen or 3,000 yen, which is a bit of money, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, the restaurant in Japan anyway. So, did we have other things to talk about? Oh, the sub for sub. We didn't talk about that. Interesting that you came up with it. That's a good point, actually. I feel like, because at the beginning on YouTube, I was like on a Reddit topic, and like there was a lot of people that were talking about like sub for sub, like sub for me, blah, blah, blah. And then a lot of YouTubers were talking about the fact that, I mean, don't do that, because except for having more subscribers, there's no point, because these people might probably never watch your videos. So what's the point of having subscribers if you don't have views? Having said that, though, it seems more relevant to do it now when you're the 1,000th subs, because you can access monetization. So I don't know. Maybe there's a point, I guess, right now, but I still wouldn't want to do it because first, it's too much effort. And it's very spammy, and I know people don't respond well to spam. I'd rather have like good quality subscribers that will comment like interesting stuff than just people being like, "Lols, sub for me, lols," you know.
Yeah. Well, I guess I did it for most of the people watching right now. I'm like, hey, sub back. But
As well.
yeah, I feel like it depends, because I do have some people who are like, yeah, they say some kind of like weird salesy pitch thing. And then, so on YouTube, you can hide whether or not it shows that you've subscribed to somebody. And so I often, like, I don't know if these people actually have that feature set up. I do. So if I subscribe to you, you're probably not going to see it. But if I tell you I subscribe to you, I subscribe to you.
Yeah. I made a point of showing it, so I know you can hide it. Yeah.
Yeah. I've done it, but I wait to see if they stay subbed. And yes, exactly. So it's like the same thing happens on Instagram, which like freaks me the F out. Is so annoying, because there's actually, anyway, but people they'll follow you or sub for you, and then they'll unsub or unfollow you right away.
Yeah.
That's really annoying, because it's like, don't waste my time. Yeah. But it is a tactic. I never do that. Like whenever I comment on someone's video and I'm like, hey, I think we should be friends, or I think that we should support each other, I mean it. Like I will watch your videos for the most part, unless like they're really uninteresting. But usually I came to your channel because I'm interested in your channel, or, you know. And then, yeah, if I say I'm going to sub to you, can you sub back? Yeah.
I agree. I think I do the same. Like, I don't do sub for sub, but I will like approach channels like giving a I watch the video properly, and I react to like some like a point. So I'll write like a proper comment, like not just like, hey, let's have a look, go have a look at my channel. But I try to like send something genuine. I try not to make it too obvious that I'd like them to check out my channel. So sometimes they won't, whatever. But I'm like, oh, like it's very interesting, and it's something similar. Like the other day on one of my videos, like, it was quite interesting, and I agree with you on that and this and that, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So, like I try to genuine comments. Sometimes it works. In fact, you can even bring other people in. The people that will watch the comments. So I think it's a more interesting way to do it, because people that will subscribe, they will usually like your content. So it's a bit smarter than sub for sub, because it will give you potentially more views, I think.
Yeah, that's true. That's smart. I literally don't say sub for sub, because that sounds so tacky.
As well. It's like, the content's so bad that you have to do that. It's not seen as a good thing, is it?
Yeah, and that's why I feel like everyone knows that looks so so tacky. So P.S. Mara and Kel would mukbang pizza, it looks like.
Oh yeah.
And Mara wants Domino's. You haven't had Domino's yet? I feel like Domino's has been there forever. Oh my God.
Wow. I want a pizza right now. I'm so hungry. I'm going to have so much food after the live.
Really? Oh my gosh. I mean, we can wrap it up soon. It's been 3 hours. We're like pros.
Let's keep it about 10 more minutes, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good call.
It was about 3 hours. Not too bad.
Say that again.
We've done 3 hours. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I think that's good. And then I'm going to be doing more later on.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tune in for that for sure.
Thanks. It'll probably be sort of redundant, but that's okay.
Whatever. You can. I'm sure that you can talk about different things. I'm sure.
Yeah, that's
But, yeah, but yeah, I think it's definitely more interesting. I mean, I'll be more happy for someone to comment on my channel and be like, "Oh, I like this, blah, 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 blah," and I'm obviously know they're trying to promote their channel. But if they do it in a way that's subtle and they actually subscribe to my channel potentially, and they show that they've watched the video, then I actually usually go check the channel. Like, I think it's important, you know, that's how you discover new people. And I think as a YouTuber in your niche, you shouldn't be close-minded to people. You should actually be like, oh, it's interesting, you know, we share the same thing, comment, you know, supporting each other. You were talking about this value, and I think I do agree with that, you know, in general.
Yeah, I agree. What?
No, I'm just saying we've all been there.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, like I think, I don't know which of us like said hi to each other first or whatever, but I know for sure Mara, I was like, hey girl, we should support each other. You know, I like your content, and I was drawn to her stuff because it's, you know, Japan related, and you know, nothing on her channel was like off-putting or offensive. So, you know, that's like something where I was like, hey, you know, let's whatever. And now, you know, we chat and we're YouTube friends and stuff, which is so cool. And I love it. And so,
I think I can't remember how we connected. I'm pretty sure it's me that commented something on one of your videos because I was like getting ready for Japan or something like that. I'm sure it was related to that. And then like, I don't know, I guess you just kind of found out I had a channel, but I don't think I meant for you to check out mine. I don't think. Not sure anyway. That's a long time ago. That's like a year ago. Wow.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Great.
So crazy. Wasn't it? I'll work on that. Oh. Wait, what did you say? I don't know. It wasn't. Oh, you're going to work on being offensive. I get it.
I'll work on that. Love it. Just make your channel offensive.
Yes. I'm sorry. My chair is so squeaky. I'm like,
Mine is squeaky as well. Can you hear my chest squeaking? Okay, that's what I'm doing.
It just looks really weird. Yeah, should maybe not.
That's when you know it's time to stop the live stream, when you're just doing that with your chair and drinking wine at the same time.
It's water, I swear.
Oh, I don't know, like it's not related to well, kind of related to what you said so far, but there's something that was really weird about like J vloggers and stuff. Is I don't know if I think I told you about this. There's like a forum about like other J vloggers, which is basically about bitching about them. So it's called like something Pretty Little Liars on something like no, this is a TV show, but something like that. I don't know if someone maybe knows about it, but basically like it's a forum dedicated to just bitching about other people. What did you say? I did a session.
I don't know. It was something nice.
Ah, so cute. And yes, there's like this forum dedicated to literally just trash other people. Like about Canadian-san, I told you about her, didn't I?
Yes.
You know, like you know, there's quite a lot of controversy around her, but right now, but even before, like anyway. But like these forums make me kind of very uncomfortable, obviously, but I'm like, I really hope that never happens to me, that people like create a page or website to just bitch about me. And the worst thing is like, they're not even constructive. You know, if you're going to create a page about me being like, well, Kevin is wrong, like his ideas are kind of misconstrued because that, if you explain like, okay, it sucks, but at least that's fair enough, you're giving your opinion. But it's just like the content, the kind of thing they talk about is like, oh, like she married her husband, but I'm sure like he ditched her because she's such a bitch. Like this very personal stuff. I'm like, guys, like, don't talk about something a YouTuber doesn't mention in his channel. You know, if I'm talking about languages, you can talk about languages negatively about me if you want, but don't talk about my personal life if it's not something I'm sharing on my channel. That is really weird that some people do that, isn't it?
Yes. I feel like same with celebrities and stuff. It's like, stay out of their personal lives. It's not something that I need to know about unless, you know, there's that whole like Me Too moment, or like you like to say, that to me moment.
Not me.
Not me. That's what it was. Not me. My not me moment. But you know, like, I don't need to know about your sordid love affairs on the side or whatever, or like stuff like that. But that is weird. But I also, it seems like the people who get trash talked about, it seems like sometimes they not deserve it, they attract it. Like I feel like your channel, you don't say or do anything or promote anything or get involved with anything that's involved like that so far. So I don't think that someone would say that about you or make it.
I think maybe the reason why they were bitching about Canadian Sun, but I know they do that with other YouTubers, but you know, I've got a life, I'm not going to read all that, but I read like a few pages.
Shut up, you read all of it.
What? Yeah, I read all day long with popcorn. But yeah, I think it was the drama because I don't know if you remember, if you've heard of it, it's because a long time ago, and no one really knows the truth of it, but basically like Canadian Sun allegedly spammed Rachel and June's channel. There was some drama that I guess you heard of it. If you guys watching this live stream don't know, just look it up. Just type Rachel and June and Canadian, you'll hear all about it.
Yeah.
But I guess I think that started then, and then people were just kind of taking sides, and I'm like, oh, it's just, I mean, maybe she effed up, maybe, you know, maybe she did that, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't care because I see her as a YouTuber, so I care about her content, not her personal life. Unless the channel was about her personal life, then I guess, you know, it would be kind of more okay for people to give their opinion, even if you shouldn't, but you know, at least I'll be more relevant. But in that case, if I do languages and people start talking about like, you know, what kind of person I am, if I'm a jerk, I'm like, guys, like, chill. I'm not, this is not about my personality, it's about the content of my channel. We are two things. My channel is not me, you know, like it's part of me, but it's not me, you know, I don't know, like it's kind of problematic, isn't it? Like,
yeah, I don't, with that one's tough because I feel like with YouTube, more so than with like celebrities and stuff, people, because there is that interaction or the possibility for interaction, people get attached and maybe they defend you, and so maybe they also feel offended when someone else offends like their person, you know, like if I was a huge Rachel and June fan and I found out that Canada June did that stuff and was like super snaky and underhanded, I'm not about to go create a forum about her or like talk trash about her or whatever, but I would no longer support her channel because I, as a person, wouldn't want to support someone who I felt like is not a nice person.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I guess not supporting and actually insulting and trashing is obviously, you know, it's quite different, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I guess personally, like, I'm not, I don't know. I think, especially now that I'm a YouTuber, I wouldn't go around just insulting people because that can backfire. You know, like big YouTubers that insult each other. It's just drama and it doesn't really look good or classy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go down that route anyway, but I don't know. I think as a person, I don't really get involved with that things because I don't know. I value my life and I don't care about other people's life. I will watch videos about drama. Don't get me wrong. But I won't like go around trashing people and be like, "Oh, you're such a jerk." But I'm just like, I find it ridiculous, to be honest. Like,
yeah, like you don't want to get involved, but
yeah, if you're not supporting each other, like just don't support them. Just leave them alone. Like they don't need you. You're nothing to them. Like you're not relevant. You know, like why are you bothering? You know, being rude and I don't know. I think these people just get some gratification out of it, but I'm not sure how and why. It's a bit disturbing.
It's like all the people who do trolling and stuff too. You know, like the one guy who commented on my thing, and then I know you had some bad comments. It's like, who knows why people get their jollies doing that? People also get their jollies like looking at dead things. Like people are weird.
Yeah. I guess it's kinkiness, I guess.
Yeah. And when you put yourself out here on YouTube, you're putting yourself in the public for everyone to scrutinize, to, you know, like for you to be involved and interact with all types of people. So that's, I guess, part of the game. I wish people wouldn't do that, but
for me, it was kind of hard to believe that Canadian Sun, and I'm trying to be objective because I don't particularly follow her anymore that much, but I kind of find it hard to believe that she would do everything to trash Rachel considering that she's a big YouTuber, and there would be backlash from it. So I don't know. I mean, I guess no one will ever know. Maybe she did it. That's possible, but it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't see a YouTuber doing that. You know, it's a bit. I don't know. Maybe it's lack of judgment. I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't.
this made me think a lot about like how much you put on online in terms of your private life, because obviously like all these people know she was married and she got divorced and all that information. I'm like, I wouldn't like, one of the reasons probably I wouldn't want to give too much information about my personal life on YouTube is that I don't want people to use that against me. Like, I know like it was quite sad. I think I told you about that a while ago, but she did a live stream where basically she had to quit a job because people kept harassing her at a job, or like they called the boss and stuff. Like, wow, this YouTube going wrong. Like, yeah, I'm like, can you imagine like you quitting a job because of that? Like, that can really make you depressed, to be honest.
Yeah, that is something that I do same. I worry about, because like I don't want to put too much information out there, and like, people have so much access to stuff, and it's like they can become, you know, if the wrong person sees you, they can become aggressive or creepy or like go way too far. So like with her, that's super inappropriate for people to be calling her work or to get involved with her personal life at all. Like if they want to say some kind of comment on her YouTube channel and say like, I don't like you, whatever, that happens. But like to show up at places, to follow people, to stalk people, to like try to find out where they live, to find out where they work, and to harass them on a personal side of it, like outside of YouTube, that's really messed up.
Yeah, very messed up. But that's why it's important to be careful, because like sometimes people that will really watch all your videos, they can put two and two together and like figure out like some stuff, like I don't know, or something like the other day that happened. There's a YouTuber that I follow. It's Carrot Ventures. I don't know if you. I put it on one of my videos, and like by mistake, you showed us. She was talking about Jet and going to some kind of what's that? Some kind of fair where people like, you know, they want to hire you, whatever.
Oh, job fair.
Yeah, job fair. Yeah, and they like, she showed a CV and like she left a number on there. So I commented like, you should consider hiding this, because that's very like, that's your private life. And I don't think she realized. I was like, that's a big mistake to do that, because literally, I mean, she does have loads of subscribers, but people could call her. Like, if I want to, I can call her right now. So can you imagine? Like,
yeah,
with that. So yeah. It can go wrong sometimes in YouTube, so it's important to be careful with that.
Yeah. I did another J-logger said that I think it was like an interview, it was like Charla and I forget the guy, they were doing it at the YouTube space, but he was saying that one of his first rookie mistakes was he showed like the outside of his apartment, his actual apartment, and then like some of the surface streets, like where he was, and people were like, dude, you live right here. I know exactly where you live. And thankfully, a lot of the people weren't creepy. And also, I hate to say like the sexism on YouTube, but it's like, if you're a guy, I think a lot less creepy stalkery things happen to you.
That's true.
Yeah, versus like the girls. So many girls I've watched in Japan have done these videos about people stalking them. And I'm like, oh, that's creepy. I'm like, why?
But even on, I can't remember the name, it's Strawberry Mochi, I think. So like she did videos with Kel at some point, didn't she?
Oh yeah.
And there was like a video about like, it's different, it's not stalking, but like she had a Patreon account, and then she had like not webcam, this is a bit creepy, but you know, like live sessions with like their subscribers, and like someone was inappropriate with her, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's the kind of things that can happen on YouTube. But definitely like, sorry, what you were saying about filming the front of your house, and I tried to make sure I never film my street or record my street, because Brighton is small and you can recognize it. Even if I like to think no one will find, but you know, it's possible someone in Brighton will know, then we'll put information on the internet, and you know, it goes downhill from there. So
yeah,
that's the less fun part of YouTube, I guess.
Yes, I know.
It's important to know about these things though.
It is, yeah. And you would think that people would realize that, but people don't.
Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway. So should we wrap up?
I know, I was like, we should end on like a bit of a less creepy note, but yes.
What should we end on? Maybe if people have still any questions, we can still ask for a couple of minutes. We can still answer for a couple of minutes.
Last call for questions. I think it's you and I watching ourselves, Cassidy and Mara and Kel.
Maybe it's fine. I don't mind. I mean, it was still fun for me to do that. So
yeah,
I don't mind.
But we had there was 10 people at one point, which is cool. And then
I mean, we're 6 now.
Yeah, and then the creepy Hitler guy. I mean, he was weird. I miss him.
Oh, we got some likes. Yeah, the Hitler guy, weird.
Mara says I'm fine. You're awesome, Mara.
The next time, it'd be nice if we can try. Well, if we do that again, because I'd like to. It'd be nice if we can work out how to also have it on my channel. That would give us more people to see.
We can just do it on your channel next time.
No, I think we can do both. I think what we should have done is to open 2 events at the same time, and we'd be on the same one.
Can we do that?
I think so. I think we did we not do that last time? Because I'm pretty sure we recorded 2 lives at the same time.
Did we?
I think. Maybe that'll be for next time.
Oh my gosh. So we can end on maybe story time. Kevin and I sat here for an hour and a half trying to figure out how to do this combined live stream. And
yeah.
I had Google, or I YouTubed it in this one program that you can download. Guess how much this program cost? Just guess. I'm not going to wait 2 minutes.
Just guess.
It was $600 for this program. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. None of these people that I've seen doing this combination thing are spending $600.
Yeah.
So Cassidy, and you had reached out to someone, but they didn't get back to you. But
they did actually, but too late.
Oh, she did? It was too late?
Yeah. Well, she got back to me 3 days ago, but it's fine. Figured it out.
Well, that was nice, at least, I guess.
Yeah, that was nice.
So yeah, Cassidy watches these film guys, and I happened to Instagram them and was like, I feel really dumb, but how do you guys do your live stream? And they're literally like, just go to Google Hangouts.
It was there in front of our eyes all along.
The whole time.
That was so easy as well. So if you Skyping, that's how simple it is.
Yep. Yep. The live
That's
thing scares me. I'm not fluent in software. Well, clearly neither are we. And yeah, it was so simple.
It's actually very simple. Yeah.
I feel dumb.
Just go on Google Hangouts. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
Yep.
Apparently the screen just changes or switches. So easy.
I know. It's amazing. Well, yeah. So next time, let's see if we can figure that out. I feel like my brain was.
I'm thinking about something. We've been on for 3.5 hours, and there's only 2 hours showing. Is that true?
Really?
Well, not that it matters, but the video just goes as far back as 2 hours. Maybe there's a limit. Well.
I think it's a limit of 8 hours.
Or maybe that's how much you can go back on while it's live, but then later on they'll have the entire video, I guess. Anyway.
I wonder. That's true, yeah. So, what do you think, Kevin? We got 5 more hours.
What should we talk about?
No, oh my god. I'm gonna go to bed again.
Are you gonna go to bed now?
I think I'll nap. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Cassidy was really hungry too, so we shared a cheese stick.
Oh my god, I need to eat as well. I'm gonna have a potato salad.
A potato salad?
Aren't we vlogging right now? Just talking about useless crap. What are you gonna eat? It's so interesting. Oh my god, I want to know everything about it.
I love it. Oh my god, yeah.
Anyway,
yes.
Sorry. I guess we can call it a day. That was nice to do the live stream. I hope people are still watching us, but thank you guys for joining.
Yeah, thanks so much. Mara, I'm gonna be on, it's gonna be tomorrow for your time, 9 a.m. with Natalie. So
what about for my time?
For your do you want me to get that piece of paper out? Where is that piece of paper?
I was dead when you showed me this. She wrote out all the hours. So funny.
It's so confused. My mind, it would not.
What time will be for you? Because I just need to add 8 hours to your time.
Yeah, so for me, it'll be 4:30.
Oh, it's 12:30 for me. I might join the beginning, maybe. Mabes.
Yeah, Mebs. Mebs. Do you have to work tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm working tomorrow late, so I guess I can maybe join a bit later.
Oh.
Mabes.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's call it a day. It was so nice to talk to you, Elizabeth, and to interact with everyone.
Yeah.
Much fun.
Thank you for everyone for joining, and thank you, Kevin, for being awesome doing this. It was so much fun.
And I don't even try.
Yeah, you don't. It's effortless.
Also, Mara will join you, I think. Yay.
Yeah. All right.
See you later.
Okay. Bye, you guys. Bye, Kevin.
Bye, everyone. Love you.
Love you.
No,
Love you guys.
love you so much. Like you're my boyfriends and girlfriends.
I love each and every one of you.
Like you're my own children.
All right.
And
Thanks,
on that
Cal.
note, let's go.
Okay. And click. Go.
Bye. 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 Bye.